What's up, guys? What is up, man?
What's up?
What's up, Edge? Mister, that doesn't change no matter what. Would not be great having eternal life full of enjoyment, no regrets, pain, suffering. You're under the assumption you should believe anything you do believe things. I do believe things. That was a lot of nothing burger.
Look at what 4D just said.
I haven't said shit. I don't know, dude.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Because like,
I haven't said shit.
If you say the wrong thing to Ultra, he'll go and run to 4D, and then 4D will come and
That's
like,
crazy.
Acts like a jealous.
That's crazy.
Acts like a jealous boyfriend. It is so crazy, and then they will reject any form of any kind, like anything of them being together, and they act just like it.
They are 1000% a couple. Laughing is like rudeness.
I told you.
Yo, now Heart sent a gift membership. Goat got a membership. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Welcome in, Goat. Andre, let's get you in here. We're besties. What's up, Andre?
Hey, how's it going?
Going all right, man. You over the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Which God do you believe in if you believe in gods?
I believe in Yahweh.
All right. Are you going to be a Christian?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What you got for us, man? Why should we believe in the supernatural or your God?
Are you wearing eyeliner by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
You're not going to like my nails. Oh, by the way, guys,
no.
fucking love them. I went for a galaxy idea.
Yeah, so Andre, are you gonna address the prompt? Why should I believe in the supernatural or God?
Hey, who said that?
Right below you, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Hello, J Don.
Jaden.
Hello, Jay, right?
Yeah. Are
So-
you gonna address the prompt?
Yeah, we're atheists. Why should we believe in the supernatural or your God?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just say one reason, then we'll go from there.
Sure.
Also, what's your favorite perfume?
Actually, I've been using oh shit, what's it called? It's like a teehee something. It's like a smoky coffee. It's got a little bit of coffee, a little bit of wood.
Nice.
I can't
How
remember the
much was
name. Not a lot.
it? Not a lot.
I spent like $30 on colognes.
What's the most expensive item you own?
My computer.
How much is that?
Well, I mean, my setup is probably $1,500.
Wow, it's quite an investment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who made it?
Are we
Yeah,
just gonna address the
People,
prompt?
are you talking tag right now?
You don't see what
That was a really good watchmaker fallacy. So we have evidence of the people creating the computers and the lights, etc. There's no evidence of a creator for the universe, so why should I believe there is one?
Okay, I'm glad the host caught on. Jaden, even Jay, you didn't.
Jaden's not. He's pretty fresh in philosophy.
Okay.
He studies the Bible a whole
Yeah.
lot. So like, if you talk about the Bible, he'll smoke you. And then Fayborn, the biologist here, is a PhD biologist. So if you want to talk evolution, He can smoke your ass.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take all three of you.
That sounds hot. Last I checked, Jesus took a whole bunch of Roman dudes too. Oh, he dropped so fast.
That made him leave.
Imagine having so much internalized homophobia that you run away from a joke.
Well, hold up. I knew where he was trying to go, right? But I didn't think that we were going to be doing arguments for God today, so I was trying to make him focus more on the prompt, so that's on my bad on my end.
That's
and
fair.
Also,
that's fair.
Yeah. Also, the text is really hard to see over here on the TikTok end because it's being covered by the comments and everything.
Oh, it's being covered by the comments. I keep forgetting about the comments. Fuck.
Yeah.
I can put it up higher. Let's do this. Maybe that works. Does that help?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay. I know it's hard to see because of the colors.
So were you referring to my syllogism?
Man, I bet on the wrong argument on that guy. He sounded like he was about to run a causation argument, and then
that's what I thought.
He switched up on me. I was like, damn, never mind. Fuck. But Sober was wrong too, so that's all that matters.
I love how host got wrecked so badly on his affirmative claims here and moved them from his prompt. No, I'm just using a different type of prompt. Your God still doesn't exist.
Sober did a face reveal, by the way.
Is he as much of a cutie patootie as I thought?
Man, I'm just joking, yeah.
Sober reminds, like every time I see the penguin, the first thing I think is Club Penguin.
Oh, Leon, I did this all myself. They're such homophobes. Holy shit. What's up, Unknown?
Shalom. What's up, man?
You say shalom?
Yeah.
Jew, what is up, man?
Nothing much, man. What's up?
Cool. You over the age of 18, bro?
Yeah.
All right. You're Jewish, correct?
Yep.
Okay. What you got for us? Why should we believe in the supernatural, man?
Okay. Just hear me out for 1 second. All right. Strawberry milk.
That's valid as fuck.
It comes from a strawberry cow. I agree.
No, but listen. It would have to come from a supernatural creator. Because, hear me out. Chocolate milk comes from brown cows. White milk comes from white cows. So, we don't have any pink cows. It had to come from a
that you've seen.
No. That's just what the deep state wants you to believe. Like, up in the Pentagon, that's where they hide all the pink cows.
Thoughts on pagans? Pagans are fucking awesome, dude.
Pink cows did 9/11, so like we have to keep them hidden.
I can't speak any further. I have to go.
Bet. Okay, one troll.
He didn't have the government clearance to know about what I know.
Ouch. All right, Bill, let's get you in here, man. What is up, Bill?
Hello.
Hey, man. You over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I just asked, like, about pagans, and, like, some of the woo-woo stuff that I think especially online, sometimes you see in, like, ostensibly secular spaces. I guess there's sort of a attempt at alliance. There's a more problematic version that I've seen on TikTok, especially, which is, like, these weird Hindu nationalists who try to associate with it. I'm not sure what you think in, like, you know, opposing, you would say, like, Christian influence on society, but not giving in to, like, other, let's say, religious views, like tarot, astrology, and then maybe the worst stuff like Hindu nationalism and that sort of thing.
You think this is religious?
It's, I mean, it's irrational. It's like spiritualist mysticism.
Depending on who you talk to.
I mean, if they believe it, it is. Like, let's not pretend that there aren't people who actually believe that nonsense. Like, let's not pretend.
The majority don't, actually. The majority don't believe it's spiritual at all. as someone who does practice it.
You practice tarot.
Yeah, I'm a witch.
Witchcraft isn't real. Nigga, witchcraft isn't real.
It's called psychology.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, you can kind of boil it down to placebo effects. And, like, I play with tarot cards. I play with pendulums and stuff like that.
Yep.
And do they actually do anything? Perhaps not. But they play with a psychological reasoning to some of these things. They're interesting to see outcomes you'll get.
I mean, so does prayer. That doesn't mean that you should, like...
Yeah, so here, let me
Trust it.
differentiate prayer versus witchcraft. Okay. I have a candle. And I light my candle. And I meditate on having a good day. And then I snuff out my candle. That allows priming of the brain. I am not saying, "Oh, Heavenly Father, thou art in heaven. Y'all slaughtered millions and billions of people over and over and over in your book. I need you to help me slaughter my enemies." No. I'm not calling upon deities. I'm not calling upon ghosts. I'm not calling upon magical unicorns. I'm just doing meditation and using smells for aromatherapy, maybe some sound therapy, and meditating on happy thoughts, which allows the brain to be primed and placebo.
So why do you call it witchcraft?
Because that's what it is.
I mean, there are people in this world who actually seem to believe that they can tell the future.
Actually,
and
the
they call that
majority of
witchcraft.
witches do not agree with that.
Sure, not a majority, but maybe there's a retarded minority who believe in like all this religious
Watch
stuff.
your profanity.
Come on, nigga, it ain't that serious.
It is.
It's a slur. Like, there's a difference between saying fuck and a literal slur. So, like, at the very least, let's not use slurs.
What's up, Drew? Bro wearing eyeliner? Yep, absolutely. Atheism has already been debunked. Why stay? How can you debunk the lack of a belief in something? That's kind of silly. But some people do ask for sick crap. Just as many people pray about good things. Yeah. The difference between like meditating over a candle. I'm a witch now. I've been a witch for years. Is we're not calling upon something supernatural. Whereas someone that is praying, their prayer may get seemingly answered, and they're going to attribute that to some magical unicorn god. We're not attributing anything magical. It's the theist that is attributing magic. All right, Bill, we're going to let you back up. You cannot say slurs like that.
All right, I'm sorry I offended your ooga booga primitive spirituality.
No, we dropped you for saying the R word.
I'm sorry I called you a savage who runs around in the jungle doing rain dances.
Can I have a question?
I do go around in the forest and grab stuff.
I have a question. What race are you?
Why does it matter?
Because you've been using the N
Because you're
word.
saying the N word.
Black. I'm a black atheist. Is that so wrong?
You're an atheist?
Yeah, that's why I'm against witchcraft.
Oh, I'm an atheist too.
Yeah, well, maybe you should believe in things that have evidence and not this
I do.
weird primitive bullshit.
It's not
It does have
primitive.
evidence.
Carl Jung, the father of fucking psychology, agrees that tarot has extremely strong subconscious and placebo and psychological and physiological effects. It has been proven and demonstrated time and time and time again. There is absolutely nothing magical about it. It is absolutely true. It is proven in science. So if you want to start sounding like a smart guy, you should probably shut the fuck up before you do
play around
studies.
with crystals too?
Yes.
So you what? How you charge? You jerk them off?
So
Come
what you
on,
do is,
what
let's
do you
say you
shove up
have
your ass?
a
Like, what
smooth stone.
What fucking shit does this do?
So let's say you have a smooth stone, for instance, like just literally something that's smooth, that actually does have priming effects again on the brain. It's going to, when you feel that smoothness, it can, oh my God, cat. It's going to make you think about being settled, being calm, etc., which is again going to prime your mind. It's all psychology.
Having a tactile reaction is different than thinking crystals have some mystical power.
When did I say
Like
that?
you're some fucking witch doctor in the African jungle.
Yeah,
Like,
who here
the
believes in
fuck said
that?
anything- Who the fuck said anything about mystical effects?
Yeah.
He said an effect. He didn't say mystical effects. Like, you're the moron that's adding words.
Yeah, I just keep on referencing psychology, like Carl Jung, the father of
Yeah,
fucking
why do you
psychology.
have to? Why do you call it witchcraft when there's a bunch
Because
of
it is.
people, usually from primitive societies?
It's actually very
who's-
objectively untrue. You are misinformed.
You
I'm
don't
sorry.
think that there's a problem of people who believe in witchcraft in Africa?
They practice witchcraft, yes, and they do believe
Yeah,
in
and
spiritual
it's
stuff. So
foolish.
the cool thing is you can be a witch and
It's
be
a
an atheist.
primitive
You can be a
practice.
witch and be theistic. You can be a witch and be secular.
Yeah, that doesn't make it not retarded.
Why are you like, why are
Again,
you
with the
focusing on
words, you
African-
gotta, brother.
What-
You said it again. If you say it again, I'm gonna have to drop you.
Like, why are you focusing on African witchcraft in particular? Witchcraft has been something that's been in every society, and like,
Yeah, and it's stupid
oftentimes
there.
the
It's
whole-
stupid when the mix do it. It's stupid when the niggas do it. It's stupid when Cubans. It's stupid.
Right, that's your opinion. Fucking,
The amount of slurs this guy is dropping left and right.
I mean, he's just a piece of shit. He essentially was one of those atheists that if you don't believe in him, you're a dumbass.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
don't even think that he was African American. I think that he was a white guy saying all that.
I mean, I don't know. That part, it doesn't truly matter. Like, he decided to use a slur first off. I stopped taking him seriously as a person. If you have to resort to slurs, chances are
Wait,
you don't act like
what's-
anything intelligent.
what's a-
today.
Captain, what's a mick?
I don't
what's a
know what that is
mick?
either.
Yeah, someone in YouTube, Captain in YouTube chat is saying that that's a slur. What is a
I don't
mick?
I don't care if you're black, white,
An Irishman?
Hispanic.
Oh, it's a slur towards Irish. That's
Ah.
how the fuck do you learn that slur? What?
I imagine his goal was to come up here and say as many, provocative things as he could, and
Pretty much.
that's unfortunate. But also, why the fuck have you been live lately?
I've been hustling, busy life.
That's fair. I can't complain. I can't say much. I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's been super busy. And then Sunday, I'll be super busy again for another week.
That's fair. I'm free until Sunday, and then Sunday night I start working 16-hour shifts again. So
My grandmother's family came from Galloway. Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah, my family comes from Ireland as well. I'm old, Cody. It was a common slur in my childhood. Oh, common slur. Mick is Irish slur. Micks are Irish. Yeah, Irish slur.
Built, stop using
So you
slurs,
are-
or we will
yeah.
mute you.
Absolutely. I absolutely am. I don't know why some people just can't speak normal. Ah, he's just a loser. If Jesus revealed himself to you and offered you salvation, would you take it? No. No. 'Cause
Jesus,
the God of
Jesus
the
did
Bible is
reveal-
disgusting.
Yeah, Jesus did reveal himself to me, and I took him. Oh, I took him all right. I dropped him off back, home afterwards. One night stand.
Well, that's kind of you.
Don't tell Cody though; he'll know I cheated on him. I appreciate you meeting him sober. The only reason I didn't do it immediately was because I'm playing Warframe.
And you aren't an atheist, you are a God hater. No, I hate yours.
Also, like, here's the thing, right? Like the God hater argument, which I've seen pop up a lot lately,
hmm
is absolutely foolish because I hate Baron Simone, right, from fucking the Avengers comic books. You know what I mean? He's a Yahtzee. He's a massive piece of shit. But but by hating him, I don't believe he existed.
Why hating something that
Yeah.
don't exist? I hate Voldemort.
I hate the Red Skull. The Red Skull is a horrible fucking villain. And I think that Jesus is a horrible fucking villain too.
Yeah, literally. What do you think happens after death? Nothing. Your energy goes back into the ground.
We got a restriction.
Yeah, we're getting a lot.
Sucks.
E equals MC squared. Energy and mass are interchangeable and neither can be created or destroyed, i.e. no creator needed. Literally. What will we...
Was that a
I gotta
restriction?
ask you because you might be able to explain this a little bit better than what Cat was. So we were talking about my argument, right? My syllogism. He decided, like he wants to know how my argument kind of responds to something called error theory, and and I have no idea what that is, and the way he was explaining it, I just couldn't.
No clue.
I mean, I wouldn't personally hold the error theory. I know a little bit about it, but it's, if I recall, it has something to do with priors that could. Fuck. I would have to look it up and make sure that I'm aware. I know it's something that when I read the first time I read, I didn't hold to.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. That's the part that's kind of like throwing me off about it. I don't really know where he was going with it because at the end of the day, kind of like you can really get my syllogism down to, I'm kind of like taking a pragmatist view of kind of like truth within the argument, I guess you could say. I'm basically just making the case that subjective morality has no pragmatic use.
I feel like I should restart the TikTok stream since we got so many reports already.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Alright, we're gonna restart the TikTok stream. Once you guys get back, start liking it like crazy so we can get on that For You page again. I bet a lie detector test could pick up something if I ask you to believe God do you believe God exists? Lie detector
Oh my
tests
God.
are actually infamously terrible at detecting lies, by the way.
Also, there is like lie detector tests are really bad at complex beliefs. So we have examples of people who are like pastors and stuff. They get asked if they believe in God, they'll say yes, and the lie detector test will come up with the fact they're lying.
Yeah.
Is they're bad at that.
Yeah, they suck.
Like,
Fred, you should probably
All
request up if you're having this hard of a time.
Look. I really want you to just read my argument, throw it in ChatGPT, give you a rundown, okay? I don't want, because I don't know what is up with you in this, but every time I've tried to give you an argument, you just completely reject it immediately.
Bro, you're
all I
arguing
want
for
you to do is
objective
just read it.
morals. It's not possible.
It's not having an objective aspect just yet. I just want you to give me your opinion on where it currently stands.
Yeah, I don't even agree with the distaste idea, dude. Alright, we'll go ahead and restart the TikTok stream, get these viewers back up. Get that started again. Go live. There we are. Goat sent a membership as well, received by Peggery? PG? I definitely butchered that. Yep, we are back. All right, everyone start hitting the like button and reposting. That way we can get on the For You page.
smash the like a little bit. Once I get out of this game, I'll smash it more. But
Fred, I think that you should request up, man.
Yeah, I can give you the source that talks about how inaccurate lie detector tests are, and where they have a hard time with complex topics. That would be like the best thing you have to prove that like asking someone, "Do you believe in a god?" is a silly question on a lie detector test.
What's up, Paul?
Hello.
You over the age of 18?
Yeah.
All right. Do you believe in gods?
Yeah.
Cool. Why should we believe in gods or the supernatural?
Say that it's possible that there's a sound and valid argument in favor of the proposition that God is real. Then I would just invoke some sort of modal axiom there. And I would say that it is necessary that there's a sound argument in favor of the proposition that God
Cool.
is real.
Why should I believe that it is true?
Yeah, I just gave the argument.
No, you said that you're just going to use a modal axiom. Why should I believe it's true?
Why should you believe the axiom is true?
Yep. What axiom are we using?
It's just you can put in some analyticity and realize that an axiom is a self-evident truth. So
What
by
axiom are you using, and
definition,
why should I believe that your axiom is self-evident? You gotta tell me what the axiom is.
The S5.
S5, basically stating that possibility is necessity. If God is possible in some world, he is therefore necessary in all worlds.
No, the argument is possible. And the argument would be
Yeah, the
necessary.
argument is possible. I don't grant the semantic
Why?
because possible isn't the same word as necessary. So I don't grant the semantic of
axiom.
possible axioms.
The axiom would trigger
Yeah, I don't grant it.
possibility of necessity.
I don't grant it
Why?
because I think it's stupid. So I don't grant it. Why should I? See, this
Why
is
don't
what
you
happens when you
believe
like
axiom?
drop the logic in Philbro talk and you actually talk like a human being. People have opinions, and you have to talk to the person and not just regurgitate a ChatGPT argument. So, why should I grant your axiom?
Yeah, I mean, if you would grant the axiom,
I know
you
if I
would
granted the
if you would
axiom,
not
then it would
grant
be
the
true.
Axiom, then it would be a contradiction.
So, no. First and foremost, no. That's just not how that works. Where's the P and not P in there? But anyways, let's say I
Yeah.
did grant that it's possible for God to exist in some world. Why should I believe he does exist in our world?
Wait, that wasn't the argument that I gave you. I'm not running the MOA. You're confused.
Okay, you want to give it again and not be a dick about it?
Okay.
If you're going to act like an actual Phil, bro, I'm just going to drop you. I have another person in queue. I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want you to waste your time. So you can talk like a human being or go fuck yourself sideways, whichever one you want to do.
Okay. That's rude.
Okay, cool. Go fuck yourself sideways. King, let's get you in here. Hopefully we can have an actual conversation.
Yo, what's going on?
How you doing, man? You over the age of 18?
Hey, man, yeah. Are you wearing eyeliner, or
I am. Which God do you believe in?
you are? You are wearing eyeliner?
Which God do you
Oh,
believe
yeah.
in?
Like, why wouldn't you wear airliner?
It just kind of looks silly. It kind of looks like a clown, you know?
Cool. Which God do you believe in?
I believe in everything as a god. I believe
Interesting.
everything. Everything pantheism. Pantheism. Have you heard of that one?
Mhm.
Have you heard of that one?
Mhm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I respect that you don't believe in the Abrahamic God, but what do you think about that?
I believe that the universe is the closest thing we will ever have to a God, but it is not by definition a God, because the definition of capital G God is all-powerful creator of the universe, and the universe wasn't created, and the universe has no intelligence nor intent behind anything that it does.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about God. We're talking about the supernatural. Right?
Sure. Why should I believe in the
that's behind your-
supernatural? That's going to be a
Well,
pivot.
Well, you know, it's not even. You're not even talking about your prompt. You're talking about God. I'm talking about the supernatural.
Yeah, I asked which God you believed in. You said you believed the universe as God. And I said, this is why I wouldn't believe that. So if you want to
Hey,
talk about the
eyeliner boy.
supernatural, why
Hey,
should I believe in
eyeliner
the
boy.
supernatural?
Eyeliner.
King, when the host is talking, let him finish. He will give you the respect of allowing you to finish if you give him the respect of allowing him to finish. So, did you hear what he had just said to you?
No, he didn't. But we'll
No, I
skip
heard
it.
what I heard too. Whatever.
So why
he
should I
said,
believe in the
eyeliner boy.
supernatural, King?
It's everything around you, man. Is everything. Everything's full of life. Everything's intelligent. Everything is so perfect out
How do you
there, right?
demonstrate the intelligence of
Everything's-
this remote?
How do I demonstrate the intelligence of the remote?
Mhm.
It's got a function to it, and the function is to turn on the TV, to
Yep.
change channels,
Mhm.
to I mean, so would I say that's intelligent, or is that just there's something intelligent behind it? Yeah.
Yeah, the intelligence of being able to us as a human being put it
To
together.
operate the remote. To
That's pretty
operate
fucking
the
cool.
remote.
But the remote's not alive. You'd agree with that, right?
Well, I mean, what is the remote made out of?
Plastic,
Well, what's the plastic made out of? What is
matter. All
materials?
things go back to matter and energy. So what's your point?
Oh, matter and energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And so is matter and energy, is that alive?
Nope.
No?
Not inherently.
I mean,
Sometimes
how is energy not alive?
How is it alive? What demonstration
That-
do you have for your positive claim that energy
Well,
has
what is your
consciousness or is alive?
Hey, eyeliner boy, what's your definition of energy?
Energy? Well, there's two different definitions. You could talk about photons, you could talk about chemical and thermal energy, or you could talk about the potential of act. Like, which one do you want to talk about?
What? Geez, I think
What do you
the
mean,
eyeliner
what?
student-
Is thermal energy not energy?
So, King, here's the thing.
Yeah, go
right?
ahead, Fit.
We understand that you're very intimidated by how sexually attracted you are to Cody right now. But you don't have to keep bringing up his eyeliner, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that silly out of us now. We'll focus on the argument, right? So what you do is you take a deep breath and you take the idea of his dick in your lips out of your head, right? So now go ahead and respond to his actual argument instead of keep saying eyeliner boy.
Oh my god! So the host was laughing at your comment, right? It just makes me know that you guys are not at the level that if it
So King,
really is what.
King, I don't really give a flying fuck about your little meta conversation that you want to have. We're trying to have an adult conversation. Now you can take your diaper off and have an adult conversation, or you can keep it on and you can go back into the corner. So, are you ready to have the actual conversation, or do you want to do another meta crybaby thing?
I'm so dude,
No, I'm
King.
ready to talk. I'm
King,
ready
we
to
were
talk.
having
Maybe
a
Jaden.
conversation,
Oh my god!
and
And you actually
you
painted your
started
your nails too?
crying.
You painted your nails too?
Yes,
You got your nails painted. You got your eyeliner on.
Yeah.
dude. Do you want to talk about the prompt, or are you gonna keep on being a homophobic bitch? Like, do you want to cry, or do you want to have a conversation?
So, would you like to respond to what Cody had previously said, or do you not remember what he
Yeah,
previously
I
said?
would no, I would like to talk about.
Okay,
that.
cool. I brought up
Photons.
two different types of energies.
pho-
We have the actual
photons.
energies of like chemical, thermal, radiation, etc. We also have the ability to do work. Which energy are you talking about, and how do
No,
you
we
know
were
that
talking
it's
about-
intelligent?
You brought up photons, right?
Oh
photons
my
are a
god, dude.
format.
Do you not? Well, you brought up photons.
Yeah,
right?
it's a form of energy.
It's a form of energy.
I
Well,
was
could you-
pointing out that there are different types of energies, and that you saying that energy is intelligent. Tell me which kind of energy is intelligent and how you know this.
Well, I'm not an expert at the field. But from what I do know, regarding photons, which is in every single thing.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are in every single thing. Every single thing that you can think of. Even
Nope.
your thought is made out of a photon.
What's your studies to present this as true? Because I would say
I've done
that's-
I've done my own studies.
so you've done your
On
own
Answers
studies.
in
Excellent.
Genesis?
So where
I've
did
done my
you?
own studies. That's the
So,
problem with
where-
you guys. You guys always ask for studies.
King,
You guys can't do your own studies,
King,
right?
I've done my
You
own
guys
studies.
regurgitate everything you see
King.
online. You can't think.
Okay, King. I've tried to not mute you because I thought you were being halfway intelligent for a second there. So you've done your own studies, right? Where have these studies been posted and peer reviewed? I will happily go look at them. I've done plenty of studies. I'm a biologist. I work in the field pretty often. So where are your studies that show that photons are and everything posted and peer reviewed? Where can I go see these studies?
Also, I do
Sober's
study
got a
that shit.
response.
It's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, Sober's got
Yeah,
a good
you're like-
response.
The most you can probably be wrong is like the what wrong you just did.
But
Photons are no, because what he said doesn't even exist.
I don't
Light
disagree.
photons are from nuclear fusion, which is like electromagnetic radiation. That's all it is. electromagnetic radiation is not in everything. You're thinking of atoms, but you're not smart enough to like remember that 4-letter word.
Yeah, he's been
So
pivoting
you like
claim to
mix things up.
claim.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough for that. You're so much more smarter, right?
So much more smarter. That says a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. You're so.
Yeah, King, I have a question.
No,
Yeah,
you're
King,
stupider than me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, King, I just have a question. You said God is in everything,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Keep calling me king. Keep calling me king.
Cool. You said God is in everything, right?
I'm in the notion of yeah.
Brother, we're just
Right,
trying
so
to
when I
converse about your fucking claims. Why are you trying to attack?
I'm not
Nah,
attacking
I don't
it. If you're
care.
getting it as an aggressive attack, that's on you, my man.
Yeah, so when I take a shit, God's in that?
You're so. I mean, dude, you're so like a. I mean, I can't even talk to you.
I mean,
No, man, you said God is in everything. So if I take a
he
shit,
dropped.
God is in there.
That
Oh,
was
well,
the most pathetic troll.
I've been
One question.
I've been doing my best to stay more calm during these conversations, so I hope that helps.
Yeah, I was
Like,
about to say,
feel like
Faye,
it
you've been
just-
doing really fucking good.
Yeah, oh yeah. Earlier today, I screamed at a woman and called,
Wait.
because she was being racist. So like, I think I got it out of my system for the day.
Oh, that's an exception.
No, wait. Let's talk about who's doing better at staying calm and having more patience. That's gonna be Cody. He has had a lot more patience.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm always a little calmer than Cody. So like, now that Cody's as calm as me, like hell yeah.
You guys are
Cody's
entangled.
moving up the rankings.
No longer am I low tier, now I'm medium low tier.
Hell yeah. So we're due face reveal right now, no balls.
I already did one. I did a stream.
I know, but you gotta show Cody.
Well, maybe if he quit working and getting money and being a responsible adult, then he can like actually waste his life away on a lot.
I mean, I've already done a face reveal too, so like I don't need to do it ever again.
I've never seen your face. Never once.
Just imagine your average Polynesian guy. Like imagine you're walking down a Hawaiian beach and there's a Polynesian fat guy there. That's me.
Think of a Viking.
Ooh.
That's not far off.
He looks like a Viking.
Like a.
Alright, people.
As a matter of fact, Ravis, you would look so good with some eyeliner. Just saying.
Yeah, so would I. But as a matter of fact, we got 19 people in here. What the fuck are we doing, you guys? Let's get to sharing and liking this goddamn live. Follow your favorite panelists and make sure to gift them as well if you want to. Do you also have the YouTube link open, Cody?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't have
Also
the link
follow
up.
my Twitter.
Also follow my Twitter. Taborski. What is up, Taborski?
Hello.
Hello. Are you over the age of 18?
Sorry, I'm from Czech Republic. I don't understand much, but this seems interesting, and I want to join.
Are you over the age of 18?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe in a god or supernatural?
No god, but kind of a supernatural.
Okay. What supernatural thing do you believe in?
It's a mix of all religions, kind of. I don't believe in one god. It's more of a spiritual being, and it's not a man or something like that. It's that God and heaven is within you. So you are the God of your universe.
Now, what do you mean
this like-
by that? So let me elaborate my own idea on what you just said. By you saying that we are the god of our own universe, the way I see that is in perspective based on subjective worldviews and perspectives. It seems to be that based on belief systems and basic psychology, that your world is going to be confirmation biased to be true to you, no matter what the objective world states. Is that what you mean? That every single person is their own god, and based on confirmation bias and other things like that, whatever you want to believe is going to end up being seemingly true to you.
I mean, you are the only one here. Fuck. I don't
You're
know
good.
the
Take your
word.
time. You're good. What's your native tongue?
I'm Czech.
Is that the language Czech?
Yes.
Okay. Do they the language they speak is what?
Are you about to butcher a different language, Cody?
I'm just gonna look it up.
Do you think if you play it like on Google Translate out loud, it'll play over to here?
Oh, it's Slovak. Oh no, Czech is it? So Slovak, Czech, Polish, German. Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's a Slavic language.
Gotcha. My apologies. Well, here's the hardship, Taborski, is if we're not able to understand each other, we won't be able to have a decent conversation.
Yeah, I thought it will be easier, but
Your English is very good, and I definitely appreciate you coming up and trying.
yeah, I will be listening only.
Yeah, you're good. I appreciate you coming up. Your English is very good. Good shit. Good job. Good job on your English. You have a good day,
thanks.
okay?
Yeah, you too.
Learning another language is fucking difficult. Fucking props to that guy.
Especially
Yeah.
English.
Oh, English
not
is so
easy.
hard, yeah.
I'll just point out real quick to everyone, we're speaking English up here because it's the only language some of us speak. But he came up because it was his second language. So like that's incredible. Like props out to him.
Yeah, very impressed with him. It's a shame that there's too much not understanding. I feel that though too. Like I've been learning Spanish for a month or two. Is it 2 months now, Artemis? How many months have I been learning Spanish for? And I'm at a point now where I can like watch like basic like cartoons and stuff in Spanish and like talk with like native speakers, but not in their native speed. But it's like once you talk to someone that's like not purposefully being slow for you, it's almost impossible to understand what's going on. So I totally understand like being able to speak a little bit in it, being able to converse a little bit, but then it's like, oh shit, what the fuck did they just say? I haven't learned any of that.
When Jaden showed me his argument, he said that you had some issues with it. I was wondering what your
He absolutely fucking hates it.
I don't hate it. I just don't think that it works very well.
I don't even know what the fuck. Like when we were talking about it, your contention seemed to be as if you were attacking like premise one, as if I'm saying that's necessarily
Sober
the case.
or Jaden, the problem with it in general is just you're trying to get objective ideas from subjective thoughts. That's the problem with it.
What?
Like everything about everything that you're saying and all of your argumentation for the morals and it being likable or not, everything you're saying is 100% subjective. So no, I don't grant any of it.
Ooh, cookie. Yeah, I use desirable due to the fact that I kind of want to go from.
It's completely subjective. You're wrong in accordance with many people. Do I necessarily agree that you're wrong? No, but that's 100% subjective. Just because you think it's not desirable doesn't change anything.
Right, but the argument is supposed to demonstrate that it's undesirable.
I don't agree.
That's the whole fucking point.
Also, Cody, I think you hold to objective morality.
I can hold to it. I have nothing against it. There's just no axiom grounding it.
No. Well, yeah, it is logic. If you say logic is self-evident,
you can
ground it in logic.
You can use that. I don't grant that logic is self-evident. I grant that the axioms grounding logic is self-evident.
Ooh, I think logic's self-evident. What do you mean by what do you mean? Like
Logic is built upon by axiomatic principles, same as math. So no, logic itself is not a thing, but it is built upon by axioms.
Yeah, I just think it's an objective thing, and to try to say no to that axiom, you have to use
logic
that
isn't
axiom.
objective. You can make a completely false logical syllogism. Logic is not objective.
Yeah,
it is a tool to determine if things are objective or subjective.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that I think the distinction that you and Sober you're gonna have with
Yeah, it's all foundational
evidence.
ideas.
Yeah, the distinction that we're gonna have is you're like, or at least I may be not getting what you're saying, but you're kind of like treating the laws of logic as if they're prescriptive of our universe, right? When you're saying they're self-evident or an axiom, it sounds to be that if they weren't to exist, then contradictions would somehow be allowed, right? Like I think they're just simply
I don't know.
descriptive, and I think that's a distinction.
Could gravity not exist?
No.
Okay, there you go. Same for the laws of logic. Like I hold them as in the same respect.
I wasn't talking towards you with that.
Did you guys see my cookie?
No. Oh wait, yeah, I did. It looked good.
You just saying no instantly without.
I had to think about it.
Do you cast spells? Yep.
They're not spells.
I call them spells. Technically, it's all just
it-
meditation and ritual.
It's just that terminology that gets everybody acting up.
Yeah, just the terminology is what pisses people off, which is also why I keep it as that terminology, because I enjoy pissing people off. Do they work? Well, I mean, does meditating work? Sometimes, yeah.
50% of the time, my spells work 100% of the time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like I'm not like fucking changing the weather with a abracadabra. Like, no, it's the most thing I'll do is like, let's say I'm applying for a job, light a candle, put some fucking herbs on it, meditate with some good smells and music. I will have this job. I will have this job. I will have this job. Say like 3 times, write it on a piece of paper, fold it in a certain way, just do a ritual. Like, it's not magically giving me a job. It's priming my brain for more confidence, and calming. Like, it's
Man,
psychology.
I need to know when the fuck did wearing eyeliner and painting nails become gay? When has that, like, why is everybody taking that, looking at you and saying gay?
I've been learning
Like,
Spanish
as if
for
it's-
way more than 2 months. Has it seriously been more than 2 months? That's crazy.
Like, why? Like, almost, like, if anybody's even into, like, rock, for an instance, or even fucking heavy metal, even though I hate heavy metal, they all wear this shit and you aren't screaming that they're gay at them, but then
I mean,
when it's
given
just a
I
whole other
am,
person,
but
like,
Wait, you hate heavy metal?
yes.
All right. Well, I gotta unfollow Jaden real quick. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, my thing is the screaming, right? Like, I can't do the screaming.
I think
Fucking-
mosh pits are the
that's-
most unproductive thing that ever exists.
okay,
Alright, now I
Robin,
gotta
that
unfollow
that's
sober.
called moving the
That-
goalpost,
whoa.
changing universal usage to fit into your claim to atheism. Fucking what? Witchcraft is predominantly paganism. Yeah, it is, and many pagans are atheists. Like, you guys haven't looked into this stuff.
Yeah. But no, I write metal music. Like, fuck you guys.
I just think mosh pits are weird. That's all it is.
You can't have a metal concert without having a fucking mosh pit. The fuck?
Yeah, that's so weird. But yeah, you can. Just play the music and don't punch each other.
Okay, we do have a guest. Wait, we do have a guest. How do you pronounce your name?
Yeah, guagua.
Hello, my name is Guagua.
Are you at
Hello.
least 18 or older?
Yes, I'm 24.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Do you believe in any god or any supernatural things?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Why should we believe in the supernatural?
Okay, so I wanted to tell the host about this, about why he should believe in the supernatural. Oh, I'm so sorry, Fayborn. I will be your friend. But anyways,
He doesn't need any.
okay, sorry. But yeah, so basically what happened is about the supernatural. Do you watch the World Cup, host?
I'm too ignorant on football to understand what's going on or have a team, so I don't. But I am watching clips.
Yeah,
Okay,
that red
okay.
card against the U.S. was supernatural.
No, it's not the red card, but basically what had happened, right, is that there's this footballer called Harry Kane, who's an English footballer, and he's playing for the English national team, and he's a really, really, really good footballer. Like, he scored in like almost every single game he's been in since like several months, right? And basically what had happened is that the English national team was going to play against the Ghanaian national team, and there was this witch doctor. He's a very big spiritual figure in Ghana, and he said, hey guys, because the English team is going against Ghana, I need to help my country out, so I've put a curse on Harry Kane, and in the next match against Ghana, he's not going to score. Because I'm going to put a curse on him. He's not going to get injured or anything like that, nothing bad, nothing dangerous, he's just not going to score. And then when that match actually happened, they end up drawing 0-0. And then after that, like, Harry Kane did an interview after, and then he said, as I was just about to score, because he did actually, I can't say that word, but he pew-pewed at the goal, and then it didn't go through, right? He said that when he did that, he got dizzy, and like the goal seemed to like enlarge or something, and he couldn't see, and that has like literally never happened before. So I know that it sounds like really far-fetched, but I actually genuinely do believe that he got cursed.
Sure. So here's my thoughts on that. They may have experienced what seems to be magical, but here's the thing: they're playing football in America, and we're in the middle of a heat wave first and foremost. So to say it's never happened before that they have heat stroke or get dizzy spells from extreme heat and lack of hydration because they're from another country that doesn't have this amount of heat is just silly. But yeah, so there's two things going on. The first option, this man has magical mystical abilities. He said Avada Kedavra and the dude missed his shot. Or, and hear me out, the person happened to do his spell or prayer, etc., whatever the fuck we want to call it. And coincidentally, that same person that he did his spell towards happened to have some dehydration going on and happened to miss a goal.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. The only thing that would kind of make me feel a little bit apprehensive about that is the fact that, like, in both games, like before and after, he played really, really well, even in the same place. Like, for example, in the match after that against Congo, he scored twice, and in the match before that, I forgot which country it was against, he scored once, and he didn't have any like problems. It was literally just that match.
Yeah, let me
where
ask
he
you
completely
something.
messed
Let me ask
up.
you something. Does he have a 100% accuracy rate when it comes to shooting for goals?
No, but it's pretty high. It's like almost 100.
So let's say he has a 99.9999% accuracy rate. Is there still a 0.01% chance he's going to miss?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. So why are we believing that a magical Avada Kedavra made him miss a goal when it's human nature to miss a goal?
Well, it's not specifically just about the fact that he missed a goal. It's more specifically about like
The coincidental
all the
timing.
other factors surrounding it.
Yeah.
Surrounding it.
I understand
you
the
know?
coincidental timing being something like, oh, this guy said he cursed him and then he missed it. So there's so many more options that could also be there. For instance, there's an option of he could have heard on one of the newscasters, one of his teammates could have heard it and told him, hey, dude, this crazy ass witch dude over here was saying that he cursed you. You're going to miss the next goal. Boom. Immediate psychology break in his brain to where now he's not going to have as much confidence and he's going to worry. He's going to second think. He's going to hesitate, and that's going to cause him to miss. So that's a very strong idea on why he missed. Another very strong idea on why he missed is lack of hydration in extreme fucking heat in a country that you're not used to the weather in. Like, yeah, the witch doctor said Avada Kedavra, and later on the dude missed. Like, there's a coincidence there, cool. But is there a causation showing that if the Avada Kedavra guy did not say Avada Kedavra, would he have made the goal? We don't know. He doesn't have a 100% accuracy, so
All right.
Like people miss
Um,
goals all the
I
time, but
wanna-
no one says Avada Kedavra, so it's not a big deal. But someone says Avada Kedavra, and then the same person who has missed goals before misses a goal, and all of a sudden it's magic.
All right. I will say though about the hydration thing, it's been much publicized that like in this World Cup, they do like take hydration breaks, right? Like it even flashes across the screen, hydration break, go to ads for like five minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. So they do actually like give them time to drink water. So I don't think he was dehydrated.
You don't think he was dehydrated when he was running on the field and wasn't currently drinking liquid IV or some sort of electrolyte? And he was
I mean,
sweating
I
his
don't
ass
think
off?
he's gonna get dehydrated in 20 minutes though.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
You also got to think of it like this as well, right? Like,
Are
I
you
don't know if
American?
You guys have ever seen?
Me?
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
that makes a
American.
lot more sense. Go to Texas, walk outside for 25 seconds, and tell me you're not dehydrated.
Yeah, but you also got to think of it like this. During these long games that they're playing, most of the time the actual players won't even drink the actual water due to the fact that it will upset their stomach while they're running, right? So, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the clips of like famous players.
You put it
They'll
in their
drink the
mouth and
water, they'll
spit it.
spit it out. Yeah, so that's
Oh, yeah,
most of the
true.
time what's going on. So, if they're actually drinking the water, it could just be that during this moment of him getting dizzy or whatever, it's on top of his stomach being in pain with the heat wave as well. There's definitely a lot of natural causes that could have affected him here. Obviously, there is no way to say for certain, but to throw supernatural in there is kind of just irrational to an extent to do so.
So I can do this.
Yeah.
Here's what I can give you. There is a coincidence of a person doing some sort of a curse, and the coincidental timing of the person who is supposedly cursed missing a shot. That experience is real. The experience of the curse being done and the person missing a shot. That's really cool. But we have to take in other factors. The person is not 100% accurate. Even in these games, in that game, so many people were missing shots. Like, just because he missed a shot after someone did a curse, and yeah, he did a curse if he's going to miss a shot. That's what happens in soccer. You make the shot or you miss the shot. Like, yeah, that's the most common curse or prayer that you can do, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess probably like I can see what you mean about like the psychological aspect of like him hearing about this guy in Ghana who cursed him and then him, kind of like losing confidence a little bit. Yeah, maybe that was it.
placebo, nocebo, priming, these are all psychological effects. You can nocebo somebody into having a shit day with a quote unquote hex. All you have to do is do your own hex. Like, you don't even have to tell the person that they have been hexed. You do the hex on your own, and then your own psychology, your own micro expressions are going to make them feel off. So when you're around them, they see you, or they even hear someone else, yeah, he's been acting really weird. Oh man, yeah, he's acting weird. I did this thing he didn't like. Shit, he might be angry at me. Damn, I feel really bad. And boom, their entire day is ruined. They're going to be self-questioning themselves. They're going to be slightly off balance. They're going to stub their toe and then think that they've been hexed. And then they're going to stub their toe multiple times. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm hexed. It's all psychology.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I get it because like I totally understand how someone might listen to me and be like, "Oh, she's just being silly. That, that witch doctor is not real. He's just, probably like a scammer or something like that." But then you see stuff like
I
this
wouldn't
happen
consider
and
it
you're like,
scamming.
"Oh,
I definitely won't consider it scamming, because here's the thing when it comes to science and critical thought versus some sort of a spiritual thought process. The difference is going to be, it's just two different like communications, two different worldviews that are coming to the same conclusions. So while the skeptic is going to see, okay, so let's say the witch does their ritual and they have a good day. They're going to say, because I aligned my energies and chakras, I had a good day thanks to the universe. While the skeptic's going to say, because they did a ritual, they're going to have physiological benefits to their day, causing them to have a good day. So it's same outcomes, just different language. And the problem is the mystical person, they're not going to have a causal mechanism of demonstration that their magic or energy or whatever is affecting said outcome. Whereas the skeptic is going to wait for that causal mechanism to demonstrate some sort of proof.
Okay, so what you're basically trying to say is that, like, if a skeptic person sees like a certain thing happen, they're gonna try and look for the reason that it happened. But if what's it called? If a spiritualist person sees something happen, they might look at that and just be like, well, that is the result of God, or that is the result of magic, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And there's nothing like inherently wrong with doing that, but it is false and it is an incorrect way of thinking if you want to be objectively true.
Okay. All right. I think someone called Call Me Kepler wants to come up. But thank you so much for listening to me.
I appreciate
and,
you.
Is it okay if I say God bless you?
I mean, may Odin bless you.
Okay, God bless you or science bless you, either one.
Okay. You have yourself a good day, okay?
You-
All right, Kepler.
Call me Kepler. Are you at least 18 or older, brother?
I'm 29.
Okay, why should we believe in the supernatural or God?
Okay, so everybody has their own story, right? You could choose to believe it if you want.
Nope.
But right. So when I was 21, I became a sheriff's deputy and I worked in a high max jail. And every time you walked in there, you can feel a dark presence lingering over you. Like it just always, something always felt wrong. There was so many times I would hear footsteps running up the bottom concrete stairs in the guard tower, and there'd be nobody there. There'd be times I'd see stuff at night. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, of course, it's my story. You know what I mean? But it's just things that I've witnessed. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're feeling, right? It's just all psychology, right? Like think of it like this: you're in a prison. You're having this high expectation built in. Like you're gonna have priors of what you're expecting your prison to be. You're expecting it to be a scary, evil, dangerous place. So when you go in there, your brain already has these expectations set. So it's either now your brain is going to try and force those expectations to be true, or your brain is going to want to kind of like create them in a sense, right? Like when you were hearing those footsteps, that's due to your fear and anxiety, and your brain trying to unironically working against you in a sense, creating this noise that you're hearing due to the fear and anxiety that you have towards the place that you're in. It's kind of like when you go to a haunted house, right? You have this expectation that you're going to hear ghosts, you're going to see ghosts, and then when you actually do, it's due to those expectations being set within your head of what you're going to see, what you expect to hear. So it's all psychology that you're dealing with there.
Can I respond to that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, I do. But you gotta, like, I don't know if you've ever been inside of a jail or a prison, but not all of them are the same. So in our guard tower, there's 2 steel doors before you could even get into the tower. And then there's concrete stairs that go in a spiral below, right? This is on many occasions that this has happened. I'm not the only guard it's happened to. Many of us have said this. Many of us have seen things. I get what you're saying, I do. But when you're sitting in there and it's pitch quiet, there's no sound in there. The only sound you'll hear is the servers, which are all the way in the basement. I'm talking about footsteps running up concrete stairs.
It's your brain filling. It's your brain filling.
I get
in
what
the
you're
gap.
saying. I get what you're saying, but if
no, but it is literally your brain filling in the gap.
Here, let's question this further. I don't want to just immediately shut him down because I love these types of discussions. So here's where my thoughts are going. Is this, you're talking about a stairwell, correct?
Concrete, yeah.
Yeah, so it's an echo chamber, correct?
Yeah.
So who's to say that there's not a water droplet that's going off, and after so long there's a nice little pool of water on something, and then that falls and it goes
right. Right.
I mean, like, I mean, for the record here, right? Like, I used to, when I was younger, do ghost hunting. I still do occasionally when I have the time. When you have kids, you suddenly have half the time. When you have a fancy job, you have, a quarter of the time, right? So, like, when I have time, I still do ghost hunting. But the thing is when it comes down to this, right? There has never been sufficient evidence from any ghost hunting, any, thing like that to present the fact that these things exist, right? When it comes down to it, anytime the supernatural is tested, it fails the test. So, like,
Right.
the thing is, unless we can present a test in which is both repeatable and demonstratable, it's not going to be something that's going to be useful. Because, like,
Right.
at the end of the day, I live in a house right now that was built in the late 1800s, right? It's an old house, right? It's had a lot of remodeling and stuff like that. I have a secondary basement that's under my yard that is accessible only through a fucking bookshelf, right? When I'm in there, I genuinely feel like something's watching me at all times. It's why I had to move my office back upstairs, right?
Yep.
But the thing is that at the end of the day, there's no evidence to suggest that's actually anything supernatural.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad you brought up the silence part. So I have this thing as well where if I'm in a silent room, I'll start hearing ringing in my ears, right? And this goes for a lot of people, and it's different for a lot of people. And since you're in a place like a prison, hearing footsteps in a silent room kind of makes sense, right? It's kind of your brain wanting it to fill in that empty silence. Kind of think of it like this, right? I don't know if you've ever been in a dark room, like pitch black. You have a chair, and then you threw your sweatshirt, your shirt on that chair. And then you look at that chair and you look at your sweatshirt, and sometimes it looks like kind of like a face. It looks like a demonic face. What's going on there is that your brain is filling in the gap of that darkness. In this case, it's just your brain filling in that gap of noise. And it goes for a lot of people, which could also explain why the guards and maybe some of your cellmates as well were hearing these kinds of things.
Oh yeah, we've even seen things. Like we've had our jail go on lockdown because me and two other people saw a little girl running over on the top of the balcony. This is at 10 o'clock at night. And we've had our jail go on lockdown until we could find that little girl. And I wasn't the only one that witnessed it. These are countless times that stuff like this has happened in the jail. And we go on lockdown until we can find a missing child that's just not even there.
Here's the problem, Kepler. I'm going to share some as well. So I did a lot of security, and one of the securities I did was on an army plant. And I was the only skeptic there. Everyone else believed in supernatural. And I love to fucking debunk the shit out of that shit. So there's a couple of buildings that had supposed ghost girls. Okay. And I was like, all right, I want to go there. So we post up, we get like 5 men. We're walking around these big ass buildings, completely fucking empty. Seemingly nobody is in this building. Nobody should be in this building. And then we hear some pitter patter, like someone's running around, and everyone's like, holy shit, she's here. My first instinct is, what did I hear? Not she is here. Okay. They hear a sound and they immediately say, this is footsteps. And then out of the corner of their eye, they see what seems to be a person of little girl height running across a balcony. The funny thing is, many of those times I would look up towards that balcony and see something like a loose bungee cord banging on a piece of metal and it echoing to such a degree that it sounds like footsteps. And I will watch it and listen for the supposed footsteps and see, oh shit, it's this bungee cord that is dinging. And because we're all on edge, it sounds so much. Okay. And then pareidolia kicks in and they see this person walking across when it's no one's there. Nothing's there.
Can I tell you a quick 2-minute story about that then?
Short as can be, but yeah.
Okay. So the reason I brought up the little girl thing is because that is probably the thing that scared me the most into believing in the supernatural. And the reason is because that night that happened with that little girl we saw, right? We kept getting countless calls into the guard tower from inmates that are in their cells, you know, and this is at 10 o'clock at night. Everybody's lights out at 8:30, you know, and we get a call from the first guy. And so we go check it out or whatever. He told us what he's seen. And he's like freaked out or whatever, you know. We walk back an hour later, we get another call from another cell down the balcony. And before we even walked over there, we could see someone looking at us through the window, right? But then we can see him as well in the backside of a cell. We could see both, like we could see two people in there, you know, which sometimes inmates they'll mess with us and they'll stuff their pillows and blankets, whatever, right? We've had that happen before. But my buddy went over there, he checked, he said it was only one guy. And when he walked in the cell, he said he got goosebumps because the inmate was curled up in a ball. And he's like, did you see her? Did you see her? Like that, right? Whatever, right? So.
Do you have siblings?
Dude, later on that night, we saw that little girl on the top balcony, clear as day, walking on the top balcony. And that's when our jail went down on lockdown. And that's what made me believe, man.
You know what you saw?
I mean, maybe I saw nothing, right?
No. That's not what I'm saying. You saw something.
That's
but
what it felt like,
you're
man.
determining it and saying that this was some ghost girl. No. You saw
Right.
something. And you were
Right.
all full of fear. And according to the mass populace of the jail, everyone said that there is a little girl. So you see something. And then everyone is saying that there's a ghost. So you see something, and then your brain immediately goes ghost, and then it fills in the pattern
see what
to
you're
look like a
saying.
person. Like, you didn't
Right,
see a
right.
ghost. You saw something. You saw a shadow. Maybe you saw a reflection. Maybe you saw a fucking inmate fucking with you because they're bored shitless, dude.
Right. All I know is
this-
whatever that was scared the shit out of me. and I've
Absolutely.
never been the same since,
Right.
man. I don't know if my mind was
Absolutely.
playing tricks on me. I don't know what it
No.
was. All I know is
Don't-
it gave me chills, man. It gave me chills that
Don't-
night. and
Absolutely.
Don't ever
I'm never gonna forget that.
don't ever think it's like your mind is against you, right? Like I really shouldn't have
Right.
said that, but it's not, it's just what your brain does. In this scenario, it kind of goes back to my example of those priors, right? Like you're getting
Right.
told that people are seeing this girl, they're running around. So now when you go in there, your brain is automatically having the expectation that you're going to see something. It is almost guaranteed you're going to see something, and you're in a dark prison. So once you go in there, you're walking in there, you see something like Cody brought up. It could have been a shadow, it could have been a reflective, it could have been anything. Your brain
Right.
automatically wants to fill in that gap and make it what you want to see.
Let me further add in here. So chat said something very important. Where is it at? Where is it at? Those who want to believe. It's funny how believers. What magic is okay. When magic is the first thing your mind leaps to, the magic is what you will find. So when I go into places as a skeptic, and I go into places, the majority of people aren't skeptical. The majority of the population of Earth believes in the supernatural. So the majority of people
Right.
believe in ghosts to some degree.
They're
So
the
I
other
go into a
mindset.
building and someone sees something. So we're going to look at the exact same thing. They're going to see a person in a window, and I'm going to see the light reflection of the moon, or I'm going to see this person has their iPhone out and it reflected off of the glass, or there's a shadow in there. Like, I'm going to see something completely fucking different. And that's where subjective experience becomes reality to differing degrees for different people. The question is, what did we actually see?
Right. Yeah,
That's the
man. I
hard
don't
part.
know. And that's what I've always wondered my whole life. I'm 29 now. This is when I was 21. It hasn't haunted me, but it's something that's always been distilled in my head because I know what I saw. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't know
And
what you
I'm
saw.
always
Like,
quite-
let me add into
Right,
that as
right,
well.
right,
So I've
right.
seen things my entire life. Okay, I grew up as a Messianic Jew. I would see I would have spiritual quote unquote experiences basically daily. One of these experiences, I'm walking outside with my buddies. I'm like 13, 14 years old, and I hear a scream. And then we look towards where that scream was heard, and it's this building. This building is like 3-4 stories tall, and I see in the window what seems to be a person, and then I see blood dripping down the walls from that window. So all of us see this blood, all of us see this reflection, and all of us hear the scream. All of us believed that we just witnessed some sort of a demonic presence and blood pouring down this window. I went back to that same place a couple of years ago because this is my childhood hometown, and I drove by it. That building, A, has people that live there, B, has kids that live there, and C, has rust on the side of the house. What color is rust?
It's orangish, reddish, right?
Yeah, so your brain is going to make it real.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why, after all this time, like I said, I'm 29. This is when I was 21. I did it for 2.5 years. And I've never told anybody about it. It's always been stuck in my head. Like, I don't think about it every day, but every once
Sure.
in a while.
It's fun, yeah, absolutely. I would
Right,
recommend, there's nothing wrong with believing in this stuff. The only problem is, it's like for me, I grant experiences when I'm in regular day-to-day life. But when I'm talking to people about what is actually true, so like right now the prompt is, why should I believe in the supernatural? So I'm coming at this from a skeptic perspective. If me and you were talking in person at the bar,
Right.
I'd be like, that's fucking dope, dude. I love that. But right now we're talking about what is true and should we
Concrete.
believe in it?
Concrete,
And
yeah.
there's no justification for that at all. And the closest justification we're going to have is if we look at in accordance with historical record at least, 100% of all controlled studies involving something supernatural have failed. 100% of them. Every single one. When it comes to footsteps, when it comes to screams, when it comes to seeing apparitions, 100% of them, the causal mechanism is always something super fucking simple, and it's the psychology that causes the experience.
Right. And I don't want to take you off topic. I know we're talking about the supernatural, but did you see the newly released UFO footage and stuff? Did you see that?
I saw a couple
just
that
saying-
have already been
I'm
debunked
just-
hella hard, but
Okay,
aliens
I
aren't
can be debunked.
supernatural.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we don't know that, right?
We
Like,
do
you
know
just-
a lot of them. Like every
Well-
single one I've seen that they're like, this is 100% confirmed by the CIA to be an alien. And you actually go look at the CIA document and it's like, nope, we actually went and
Yeah.
studied this with this tool and it was actually this and it looked like a UFO because of this, this, and this.
There you go.
Mhm.
Right. I don't
Um,
know. I'm skeptical as well about a lot of things, except the thing I've seen myself, because to me that was real,
Right.
you know. But like with the
Which
aliens
is-
things, like who knows if they're demons, angels, aliens? They're nothing.
I do. I know it's none of the above.
But what if it is something? You know what I'm saying though?
What if
Like,
it's Voldemort?
Who really knows?
I-
I know a lot of it's
there-
debunked. I know a lot of it's been debunked forever. I get that, and it always has been. But like, if the string theory is correct, right? That there's endless universes out there, and there's endless this and that. Who's to say that this might not be real?
Yeah,
this
that's
might
not what string theory is saying. So don't study quantum if you're going to be super mystic, because
No, I'm not-
quantum
I'm not
mechanics
good at
has
all that.
nothing to do with mystical stuff at all.
Right.
String theory has
Right,
nothing to
like-
do with there's actually
deja
multiple
vu.
literal things existing.
Sorry, let me
Um,
correct myself. What I meant to say is like, I don't know what it's called, but you know how they say there's multiple universes that you could be
Yeah,
doing
multiverse
something in
theory,
another
yep.
one?
Yeah, that's
Right,
it's
that's what I
not
meant to say.
it's not literally saying that there is a literal another universe where you have literally done this. It's called possible world semantics.
Yeah, that's the trick.
I do have two things that I've kind of like add to the chip here. There's always this carefulness that I like to tell to everybody. When it comes to being a skeptic, you got to be a little bit careful. You don't want to like. There's certain moments where you don't want to question everything too hard. I would say that
Right.
there's extents to it. And just another thing that I would add on is I can definitely understand this really happened to me, and so you struggle to question it. But like, I'm gonna get a little personal here. But I used to be a Satanist, right? Like I was one of those.
Hell
where I
yeah,
would
go back to
actually-
it. The fuck?
Well, I was one of those where I was actually very demonic. I would pray
Yeah.
to
I
what I
love that.
thought to be was Satan. I would even do blood rituals where I would cut my wrist and.
Oh my
Uh,
god, that is not
oh,
how you're
yeah,
supposed to do.
I would take it very.
Dude,
far.
I do blood rituals, and you just use a little prick and
Yeah.
prick the tip of your finger.
I would
How
would
did you
take
not
it very
die?
far. Well, that's a different
crazy.
aspect.
No, that's fair.
You
Go
do
ahead.
realize, like, when people cutting their wrists is one of the main lies people commit suicide.
Well,
Well, I was also very
Yeah, just
depressed during this
struggling time. Yeah,
of the
yeah,
si-
sure.
Yeah,
Go for
but,
it.
I
but
get that,
even
man.
like I don't do that anymore. But I would
Nice.
have these experiences where this one night in particular, I had been watching this show and I hear my door start to open. I look over, right, and there's this white figure. I mean, paper fucking white. It has blood all over it. It has this big grin on its face.
That's metal as
and then-
fuck.
And then it starts walking over to me, right? I can't move. I have no control over my body, and it touches my eyes in particular. And then it just ends, right? The thing just disappears. And ever since then,
Yeah.
my eyes always take this weird shade of black whenever I experience a high extent of emotions. It's my irises getting really big, and from that event, it really felt real. right? And as I've looked deeper and deeper into events like this, I actually figured out that there's a thing where you can be in this state of blanking on the name, but you're basically half asleep and half awake. And
Sleep
Cody, do you know the name
paralysis.
of what I'm talking about? Yeah, sleep paralysis.
Yep.
And during
yeah.
that, you can see
Yeah.
things like that, and your body feels like you're not in control, and that's exactly what I experienced.
I've heard of that
I
many
don't know.
times. Yeah.
Exactly, and it felt so real. And if I would have never questioned that, I would have gone my whole life thinking that I experienced the fucking demon. And I still don't know why ever since then that when I feel very high emotions, my irises will get very big and it'll look like my eyes are fucking black. I still haven't found an explanation for that.
Adrenaline.
Your eyes get bigger because you're stimulated. You need to see now in case you're in danger.
Yeah,
it makes
adrenaline,
you
man.
see more.
That's true.
It
That
makes
is
you
true.
see more.
That is true.
And not only that, you know, earlier someone was saying they see stuff and this, that, and the other. It's just because you don't understand something, your brain needs to make up what you've just seen. It doesn't like not knowing something. So you call it an alien or a whatever, a ghost or something. Because it's the only explanation your brain will accept. You got to say, I don't know. So you have to put it to something. The brain loves patterns. It really loves patterns.
And also, I just want to do a little bit of a clarity. When I say cut my wrist, it was always little small cuts. It wasn't like fucking slashing my whole entire wrist open. It was just little small ones.
Sure.
I don't do it anymore. And I'm so glad I stopped doing all that. It was affecting me very, very
proud of you, bro.
terribly.
I mean, I did it as
Mate,
a
I've been in a
teenager.
coma. The drugs that they keep you in the coma with is mental. You see stuff that you think's real.
Right. And like I said, working in the high max jail for so long, you see the worst of the worst. You see people do the worst things to themselves.
Yeah.
You see people do the worst things to others. I couldn't even, I've seen things that you wouldn't even think of. Like, you wouldn't even think of. Like, think about somebody getting offed with a straw, a plastic straw. That is just crazy. Like,
yeah.
And walking in to extract people that do that to themselves, and you walk in there and they've already did it, and I've seen people that you would think were possessed because they were doing the craziest shit. Like we had this one girl, she was like 50 years old, white lady with orange hair, banging her head on the concrete floor, scooping up her blood, drinking it, rubbing it in her face and her hair, and she's rocking back and forth Indian style. She's like, I killed my baby. I killed my baby. Like that, right? And it just gave you chills because it felt really weird. It's like it's kind of scary almost, you know? And she didn't even kill her baby. She killed her husband. Yeah, she didn't kill her baby. She killed her husband. That's why she was there.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and her blood was brown. Her blood was brown. It wasn't even red. And I asked my sergeant, I'm like, why is her blood brown? He's like, well, she's got full-blown AIDS, so it starts to change colors. I'm like, what the fuck?
Is that true? I didn't know that.
I don't know, but that's what he said to me. And
Well, we
so
do
that
actually.
was sick
Hey,
to my stomach.
Faborn, how do you feel about that?
I don't know if it changes the color. I don't know if it changes the color of your blood, but
All I know is I thought that bitch was possessed because of the way she was acting. It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like,
brown blood could be a sign of early sepsis.
There's a lot of things like that. So I did security for a couple of years, and for over a year it was for this city company, and then the rest of that was going to be for the army. And I've seen a lot of fucking shit as well. 100% of the time there's always an explanation, though, especially when you have this supernatural seemingly supernatural experience, and then you get EMT, fire, and police on the site, and the explanation comes so fucking fast. But so like all of us, a group of us, will be like, holy shit, this was supernatural. And then you get a bunch more skeptics on site, and then by the end of that experience, no one believes it was supernatural at all.
right. End up finding out
Alright.
she has schizophrenia or something crazy, right? Yeah.
All right, who wants to see the puppy dog?
We'll just say.
Who
Who
wants to see the puppy dog?
I want to talk more supernatural shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all the puppy dog.
Did stuff to tell people about God not being real and everything, and he worked out. Once he convinced them God's not real, do you know what they went to? Ghosts.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the next
yeah.
level. Went straight to spirits and ghosts.
Yeah, that's that's a struggle for me as well. I was such an extreme spiritual person. I was a biblical literalist that even to this day I still crave, and I mean crave, the supernatural and spiritual aspects that could have been and were part of my life. And to this day, I still try and prove that shit real, but there's absolutely no justification to believe in it at all, except for in my subjective experience, it seems to be that this experience happened. That's the only thing we can say. There's no way to say that this is objectively real.
Nothing's ever walked up to me as a ghost, and I go, that is definitely a ghost. It's never happened to me, ever.
Really?
There's things I can't explain, but it's just never happened to me.
I've definitely
so
had some
glad
weird
you
ass.
actually-
I'm going to give you like one of the craziest, very short experience that I had being with my brothers. We were parked in a car at like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and this dude walked up to our car, walked up to the front of the car, and I was like, bro, do you see this motherfucker right here? And he's like, nope. I was the only person that saw this full grown ass man standing in front of our car. Like, there's crazy ass experiences that are unexplainable, but there's always some sort of an explanation. To state immediately that this was a ghost or this was a demon, etc., is just kind of silly when we don't actually know that. All we know is that I saw something.
Wow. Have you guys ever heard of the Padre Pio miracle that Catholics often use as a testament to their faith?
No.
So basically, there was this one guy, and he was in the middle of praying, and all of a sudden, he bore the marks of Jesus. Like, he had these big holes in his wrists, and it was unexplainable how he got them. So when he went to the doctors, they couldn't explain how he got those marks, and the bleeding never stopped. It never dried, it never healed, it always just bled, and it stayed that way until he died. And the doctors on the scene were extreme skeptics, and they tried to find some sort of naturalistic explanation for how this event occurred or happened, and they couldn't. They couldn't find a justification for how he had these marks on his hands.
I've got many thoughts about that. My first thought is, who the fuck were these doctors and who did they work for? My second thought is, according to who did they not
Stitch it
have an
up, man.
explanation? You know what I'm saying? So like, and
Don't let
then
it keep bleeding, stitch it.
and then it's like,
I-
that's not even like biblically accurate. We don't even know if it was through the wrist or the hands. We don't know if like his,
Right. I see what you're saying, bro, because I've worked in booking. I've worked in every pod that there was in that jail. And when EMS would come or the medical team or whatever, you're right. Like, there would always be an explanation for something. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
remember a time when there wasn't an explanation for something.
Yep.
So I know what you're saying. Yeah. I
Yep.
agree.
Pull up an article.
I think the experience is really
they made
cool,
articles.
and I don't shut down
up.
experiences per se, but I cannot ever grant the experience as evidence.
So,
right.
Can I just say one thing dead quickly? When I was younger, I used to take all sorts of things, yeah?
Okay.
And then one time, I was with my mate in the car, and there was like a little jitty up the road. I kept saying to mate, that's a horse coming through with someone on it. It's like 1 a.m. I said, that's a horse coming through, right? And because I knew it wasn't right, so I took a picture of it. And I said, I'll look at it tomorrow when I'm not on any kind of substances.
Right.
And you know what? It didn't look nothing like what I thought I'd seen in the morning. Nothing like, and it just proves your brain can be tricked.
Brain is
And
fucking
it
awesome.
actually did trick me.
Yeah.
I could have guaranteed it. You know, I'd have put my life on it.
Yeah.
That horse was walking through that. There was an horse in that jitty bit. I'd have
Yeah,
bet
it's
money on
crazy.
it.
And the human body is designed to stay alive too. Like, you have so many valves in your heart. There's so many different ways that your body's designed to fight for survival. And like, it goes to show, like,
Yeah.
when people get close to death experiences, they start seeing crazy shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Robinette,
that
I don't
book.
even grant that, because like a lot of the Catholic miracles, like when they witnessed the lights, and there were like over 1,000 people saw the miracle of the Mother Mary miracle, where there was a prophecy by a couple of kids that there would be some signs in the sky or whatever, and over 1,000 people over months witnessed this seeming miracle, and then we find out it's 100% natural light refractions. So yeah,
Yeah,
even
was it
thousands of
something to
people
over a
experiencing
mountain?
it isn't evidence.
Was it over a mountain or something like that?
Was it what?
Was it over a mountain when they seen it or something like that?
Over.
Because there's a phenomenon that does, like, shines off the thing into the sky, and it just doesn't look right. It looks like something bad, or it makes shapes and that, and you're thinking that can't be right because it's impossible. It just turns out it's over a mountain through certain air and certain rain.
What
and
word are you
stuff
using
like
there?
that.
Over what?
A mountain. A
Oh,
mountain.
mountain. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
okay. Yeah, no.
I can't remember what the name's called, but of what the thing is.
Sure.
But loads of people used to ring the police and say something bad's going on.
Yeah.
Turns out it's a natural thing. It's a natural phenomenon. You just don't very rarely see it.
Right.
I have I have sleep paralysis fairly often, right? On average, I have it about once a week. It's due to an issue I have with my nervous system, and this thing from Dark Souls 3 has been my sleep paralysis demon since I started having it. But so I'm not gonna lie, like this isn't even a joke. This has been my sleep paralysis demon. Motherfucker comes out and tries to crawl on my ass. So
same.
Just need to bear the hunter's mark, man.
Hunter. Is that Dark Souls 3? I thought that was Bloodborne.
It is Bloodborne. Bye.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say, fuck me up for a second.
oh man, but that's a scary looking thing right there. Holy
No,
shit.
like, I didn't have any, like, before that, I would still have sleep paralysis. Before Dark Souls 3 came out and I played it, I would have sleep paralysis, but I wouldn't have, like, any, like, I would see shadows move and stuff. But there's this part of the game where you're walking through a cell and the light turns on when you're, like, entering a cell, and that thing is just staring you dead in the eye. And I remember that messed my brain up.
Have you ever heard a strange dream? Explain to me. Isn't it a supernatural experience? You'll have to request up and elaborate on that, GG. We have baptized in Jesus Christ. You should request up and ask some questions.
Just quickly, I was put in a coma, and the dreams I had in that coma, when I woke up, I thought they was real. I really believed it as well. I really believed it. I had to keep being told what you're saying doesn't make sense. It can't be happening. I even thought they burnt my caravan on my drive and everything. I keep saying to my missus, sure the caravan's not been burnt. That's how true the coma was in my head. And they say it's because they keep you in and out of consciousness. So you're like half asleep, half not. So your brain's functioning and listening to things around you, but you're asleep.
Yep.
It did mess my head a lot, that did. It really
I do
did.
need a haircut. You are correct, Palad. I do need a haircut. I'm actually planning on getting a haircut today. Or at least a trim.
Just commenting on your hair.
Because this shit is long as fuck.
Hey, can I say one more thing before I go, man?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
So you said you used to be Jewish, right?
Messianic Jew, yeah.
Messianic Jew. Okay, so what was it like? You said, I know you were saying that you've turned every page and looked under every stone to see, concrete evidence that God was real and stuff.
I still do it to this day, yeah.
Right. But what was it that really turned you around? You were like,
yeah,
I can't do this no more.
When I was
What was
preaching to somebody and I was saying you should believe in Jesus, he absolutely existed and he absolutely died and resurrected. We have this evidence. And they said, nope. And I said, all right, bet. Why do you say that? And they said, go look this up. So I went and I looked up the scholarly sources, etc. And I learned that, well, now I'm actually a mythicist. I don't even believe that Jesus existed. But once I realized that there was absolutely zero justification for believing in Jesus as a deity, I dropped all of it and started being skeptic about everything.
Right. And I personally, I know this don't matter, but I personally believe in God and always have since I was born. I was born into it, But I've done my own research, and on my side, I'm not saying I've seen anything, but I've always felt something,
Sure, we could talk about that as well. Which God do you believe in?
I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the three is one. That's what I believe in.
Do you think logic is needed? Do you think logic is objective at all?
So
say again.
Because I would say 50-50.
Okay. Let me ask you this: can a bachelor be a married person?
I don't know what that means.
A bachelor means someone that is unmarried, an unmarried person.
So I would say yeah.
So can a bachelor be a bachelor and a married person at the same time?
Probably not, right?
Right, that would be a contradiction, right?
Impossible.
Right.
So can one person be three separate people at the exact same time?
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's logically not true. So if you want to grant that that is true, then you agree that your God is illogical.
Right.
And
I don't know
therefore
where
you
it
shouldn't
says
even
that.
believe it.
Right. And my cousin, dude, my best friend, my cousin I grew up with since birth is an atheist, and he will never believe in God. Like, I've tried talking to him, and I see what you're saying.
The Abrahamic God, no, that's 100% false. Other gods, possibility.
Right. My cousin, though,
you can't dismiss everything.
right? Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
The Abrahamic God
cousin's set in
100%
stone.
doesn't exist. It's impossible. It's not even possible. The Abrahamic biblical God.
Talking about Father Abraham or
Abrahamic, as in, so all Catholics, all Jews, all Christians, all Muslims, all Seventh Days, all of that, all
my
those
God,
religions.
there's 4,000.
Yeah, there's
Well, like-
so many of them.
Yeah.
So like there are a few things too, like recently that intrigued me, and that was like the new smart, like since Stephen Hawking died, there's been a new smartest man ever with like an IQ of 276.
100% false as well. That's been debunked so many
Right.
times.
Okay, so there's that, and then there's like what about the like when you breathe in and breathe out, it's Yahweh.
No, it's not. Tell me what part of this sounds like Yahweh.
Right, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if I
don't
sit
know.
there and I believe that my breathing is saying Yahweh, and I sit there and I go, yeah, it's going to sound like Yahweh. But if I'm not a dumbass and I breathe like a normal human, that's not Yahweh. That's just, none of that is Yahweh. That's just stupid. That's called religious psychosis.
Right, and the closest I would so I'm gonna say something, man, and you guys will never meet me in real life, so I don't care if you know this. But when I was 18, me and my wife, we had a baby, right? And this is at the Children's Hospital in Michigan. I'd walk through snowstorms to see him. I'd be soaking wet, and he ended up passing away when he was 3 months old, right?
Sorry to hear that.
I think it's all right, man. It's been so long, but I remember, man, walking through the cemetery at night to go see him, and just like wanting to off myself and thinking there has to be a God, right? And something would always happen in my life that would turn me around. Like, you know, how I'd be going through something shitty, something good would always end up happening. Like anytime I was ever a fucking dollar short on a bill and there's no fucking possible way, and I mean every single time in my life that I'm so fucked and I can't pay this or I can't do that, something always ended up happening, bro. And I mean, like, there's no fucking justification for this except that God was looking out for me.
This is where
human survival, that is.
Yeah, this is where I actually do think that religion or spiritualness can be important because it gives purpose. Objectively, life is 100% purposeless. You have to make your own purpose. Many people, like you, it seems, can't handle that extreme trauma. So I do grant that you probably need your religion. Otherwise, you're going to need a ungodly amount of therapy, which I still think if you want to be objectively true and believe in what is true and what is right and correct, then you would drop the religion. But if it gives you peace, you know, you're not being a douche about it. So,
well, the reason I'm bringing that up, brother, is because I've had a neighbor randomly come up. I've never talked to her once in my fucking life. She just came up to me and she's like, "Hey, God told me to give you this." Boom, hands me $2,000. I was $2,000 short on my rent. Nobody fucking knew. I ain't never told a soul about it, you know? I was fucked. Like, I was begging the state for help. And then my neighbor randomly just goes, "Hey, God told me to give you this." I was like, what? You know? So like that was the first time. And then another time I was given $700 by a complete stranger I ain't never met in my life. And I was $700 exactly short on a down
Mate,
payment
I'm even where you live.
deposit for
It
my
sounds
rent.
like everyone's generous.
Brother, I see what you're saying. Like, it could just be like whatever, right? Like, I
Well,
know
it's
what you're
just called
saying. I do.
coincidence.
Right, it is a coincidence. I get that, and that's still not concrete evidence. But isn't it just like kind of weird? Though,
it's
you know
really
what I'm
cool. But also
is
there's so
weird.
many things you
Coincidental.
don't know. Like you don't know if, I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about a neighbor. This neighbor is going to know things. So that's
Yeah.
not even close to evidence of anything.
Also, people talk behind your back.
And
without you
everyone
knowing it.
talks. Yeah, if you live in
Yeah.
where Michigan, a small place, I'm supposing, everyone fucking talks.
Grand Rapids, bro, it was pretty big. So yeah,
I mean, I always
and
call
ghetto
it,
as shit. Syringes
I always call
everywhere.
it
It's
like,
terrible.
if you fall off a motorbike and you don't hit nothing, you just slide down the road. I call it luck, pure luck that you didn't hit nothing.
Right.
In reality, you should have hit something by now. It's just called being lucky at the right time, the right time.
Maybe you're
right
right,
place.
man. maybe you're right, you know. But like I said, it's been like that since my son's passed my whole life. Every time I was down at my wits, and there's literally no possible way I can make it out of my problem I was in. Something good.
This is
always
also
came
called
around.
confirmation bias, though, because you're not going to remember the bad times that didn't get fixed. What you have is an extremely traumatic event, and then all these good things happening. Your brain needs it to be true, so it's only going to remember this happening in this way.
Yeah.
Right,
it's like when you have bad luck, for example, every time you get more bad luck, you go, that's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You forget all about the other days that you didn't get bad luck. You forget about them days because you're too busy focused on the bad one.
I see what you're
If
saying,
that
man.
makes
I
sense.
do. I agree with you guys too, as well.
I wish I'd believe in a God, but I can't because logic bothers me too much. But I wish I could because all my mates seem to live a better life by having a belief in something.
Right.
I mean, because they believe when they die they're going somewhere. I know I'm gone. That's it. It's slightly bothering, but
I do think it's really cool. So, for instance, I've got I've got this money jar spell. Okay, you believe. So let's put a comparison. You believe that you were having a hard time and you started receiving money. Therefore, God is real. I had a really hard time financially, so I made a money jar, and then guess what? I received the exact seemingly dollar amount that I needed to be able to do X, Y, Z. Plot twist, without confirmation bias, because I am a skeptic, I know and remember that I have told so many people about my struggling time. So the magical envelope or the magical random ass person I've never met, coming up and handing me money, it makes absolute sense to me. So I cannot attribute this money jar to
I see what you're saying, and the only problem against that is I had no family, no friends, just me and my wife, and that was it.
Do you never, ever, 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 ever talk to any human being outside of your house?
Of course I have.
Right. Okay. So tell me 100%, 1000%, 100% absolute objective fact that you never, ever, 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 you know, for an objective, absolute fact, you never mentioned having a financial struggle ever when you walked outside, ever. You never did it, ever.
Brother, I'm a very quiet person. I don't say my
No, you're
problems
not.
out loud.
You have opened up like crazy here.
Right.
Yeah, but say you
we will
talk
never
about me,
meet.
so.
None of us will never know each other ever.
That's your excuse now. And then what's your excuse when you're talking to someone in the bar, you've had a couple of
I
drinks?
see what you're saying. Like this, what you're saying also subjectively is this live. Somebody from the live could see it one day and then they see my face and they're like, hey, I see what you're saying. I do. Like it's logic. Like I see what you're saying. But what I'm saying is I didn't have a Facebook, Instagram, MySpace. I had nothing. I didn't even have
2 feet and a mouth.
I see what you're saying. But like I said, I would walk to work every day and then walk to see my son in the children's hospital.
Oh, you have a job. There you go.
Well, this is when I was 18. Right.
Yeah, you have a job, you had the hospital, you had a cemetery you frequented. Imagine you're driving down the road, someone, and I've done this before, someone is in the cemetery and I see what they look like and then I see them again later on and I hand them money because I think they're going through, there you go. And then they magically, I've had this happen so many times, especially when I was a Christian. I would hand someone like $200, $500, $1,000 and they'd be like, holy shit, I needed exactly $1,000. Plot twist, they needed $1,000.25. So first of all, that wasn't God. Second of all, I was incorrect on the number. Third of all, they were incorrect on the number. And fourth of all, I fucking saw them walking around and they just didn't know it. And I only said that I have no clue who you are, but God told me to do this. No, God didn't tell me shit. I saw them. I noticed that they were probably struggling and I decided to help.
I see what you're saying. I mean, that logically, that all makes sense. What you've said, all of it makes sense, and I do agree with you. That also could be it, and you know, but for me personally, I will stay believing because that's really all I got, man. Like
that, I feel.
That's good.
I have no family, bro. I have my wife.
That's
and my
a good
kids.
thing to
That's
believe,
it.
then, isn't it?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I grant that. I grant that. Like, it seems to me that you seem and feel like you need to have your religion. My argument there is, here's what I'm going to say. This is going to be a little bit hard. To be able to accept some sort of an indoctrination like you have. Indoctrination just meaning a belief without critical thought.
Someone pushed it.
Allows you to be gullible. And that is where the danger comes in. So we have two things here. We have the first thing. You seem like, or say and feel that you have some sort of unhappiness believing this indoctrination. And that happiness is a good answer for you. Or B, you drop the mysticism. You find a therapist that works with you for free. You get friends by going outside and talking to people and saying hi. And then you actually heal from the root problems and you don't need the religion and you're happy. Because you're just
Also,
putting
it
a
all depends
band-aid
where
on
you
it right
come
now.
from. Well, it depends what country you're from. Because when I was young, I got pushed into at school Christianity. You know, that sings hymns at school, "Come by Arm Alone," all that crap. I could sing it, so it's pushed on me. But if I lived in a Muslim country, I would believe in a different God.
Right.
Does that still make your God true?
I ain't got a God, so.
Well, if you're
To the
talking,
Catholic God.
if you're talking to me, I would say
Yeah.
if you grow up around what you're surrounded by, that's most likely what you're going to turn out to be in most cases,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, you
Okay,
ran
does
out
that
of your
make it
membership.
true?
Yeah, if I did grow up in a Muslim country and I didn't really have any, I guess you could say, knowledge, because a lot of them aren't as up to date as we are, right, over here in the West, I probably would be the same way. You're right. But if I had an ounce of knowledge where I would, think outside the box a bit, maybe I'd be Christian or maybe I'd be nothing, Who
Yeah,
knows?
but the
Okay,
Muslims
sure.
aren't
Would you
allowed
say
to think
that
outside
getting
the box.
comfort from sorry, one sec. Would you say that getting comfort from atheism, right, would be just as valid as saying you get comfort from Christianity? Or which one
Yeah.
would be superior?
I mean, I would say both are neck and neck, right?
No.
Okay,
not
so
believing
then like
something is
feeling
horrible,
wouldn't be
feeling.
evidence.
Well, here's the thing is, I see what you're saying, and that's exactly why I'd say be neck and neck, because atheists believe in logic, right? They believe in it has to be concrete evidence, right?
Okay, that's something
They'll touch
objective.
it. I mean, yeah, I know,
Well,
but like
not
see it, they'll
necessarily.
touch
That's
it
not
kind of
what
deal.
atheists believe in. You can be logical and be a Christian.
Right, but there's you can't really be. There's some things you can't be logical.
So are you
Oh,
saying Christians are logical?
Brother,
Well, I'm saying it's
some of the
50-50.
some of the smartest people in all of human history have been Christian, so I can't grant that at all.
Well, that's not what
Yeah,
I'm
are
saying.
you
What
saying
I'm
that Christians are logical?
No. Well, it's 50-50, right? Because we believe Jesus walked on-
50-50? Wait, how can it be 50-50?
Can you let me explain
That's going to be
myself?
like a
You're
subjective
asking me-
standard. Do you
you're
have a
asking me, and I'm
statistic for
trying
that?
to tell you, bro. Yes, it's 50-50, and the reason I say that is because
Do you have the statistic?
if you believe in Jesus, right, you believe that he walked on water, you believe he rose from the
I
dead.
think 50%
You
of
believe that-
Christians are
you believe
logical because no
the
man
Father,
can
the
walk on
Son,
water.
the Holy Spirit is one, right? That's not something you could logically prove.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something
Okay.
you go
If
by
you
on
can't
faith.
logically prove that, that means Christians are illogical.
That's why I said it's 50-50, because you have to have faith.
But that's not 50-50. If something is illogical, then it's zero. Oh my god, what the fuck is he doing?
Jesus.
Okay,
Oh.
anyways. Yeah, if something is illogical or something isn't proven, then it's 0%. It's not
That's-
50-50.
Well, the reason I'm
Nothing
saying
can be 50. When we talk about logic, it's truth act. It's either yes or no. Law of non-exclusive right, particularly states that it can't
You
be
literally
anything in
asked
between.
me-
It's either yes or no. So
You
by
asked me
you
my
saying
opinion.
that, oh yeah, it is illogical, like we can't prove that Jesus walked on water, according to the law of non-contradiction, law of non-exclusive that means it is a no. So Christians
if
are
we're
in fact
speaking of
illogical.
okay, what about certain laws of physics that shouldn't make any sense, right?
Okay, give me an example.
What about so Einstein discovered
I don't have a
relativity.
god, atheist
Relativity,
dude.
right? I get that. Relativity, right? And time
Yeah,
travel. None of that
relativity
should be
makes perfect
possible.
sense.
So time
Yeah,
traveling
so
shouldn't be
so
possible.
so
but a
space-time
Russian
relativity
astronaut-
makes perfect sense.
A Russian
In
astronaut.
correlation with gravity, right? So mass attracting mass and dilation, it makes perfect sense. What do you mean?
I'm trying to tell you what I mean.
You have to believe in something.
It
Science
has
is
literal
proven.
evidence. It has literal calculations. Would you say that math, the axiomatic system of math, is objective?
Faith literally means you believe in something that you can't prove.
Yeah, faith is going to be mind dependent. That's just going to be the defeater. So for you to say like that morality, which would be mind dependent or something like that, in the context of reading a book which was written by like other human agencies, that would be subjective. You would have to prove that this morality does in fact come from a god.
Hear me out real quick. So Evidence, which is the host, right? The guy we all see on our screen. He said that he's read the Bible many times. He used to be Jewish something, right? And he was saying that he doesn't believe Jesus ever even existed, right? But my
Yeah, that's valid.
Right, but my thing is with that is you have, hundreds of people, eyewitnesses that said they seen Jesus.
No,
we don't.
it's one person saying that hundreds
Yeah,
of people.
Paul
saw
the
it.
apostle wrote
it in
one
a book,
sentence.
And he said they did.
So, but
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah, one person saying hundreds of people saw it, not hundreds of people saying they saw it, not one like hundreds of.
Well, actually,
individual people.
Kepler, I've got tens of thousands of people that have seen the magical unicorn that created the universe, and I have
exactly.
have
Could you argue
contemporary
against that?
eyewitness testimony for it too. Everyone in the comments
you
who has
argue against
seen
that?
the
He
magical
wrote it.
unicorn that created the universe, comment that you
I see what
witnessed.
you're saying. Right.
Yeah,
but-
he wrote it. Can you argue against him?
So you're saying there's no evidence that Jesus ever existed.
There's not.
Yeah.
The reason that it's
Oh,
been
there was
granted, the reason it's been granted is because of how prominent it is.
But if you go to Israel, there's
I
Jesus'
would never even
tomb,
grant
there's-
it simply because it would be confirmation bias. If I was arguing about Christianity and then I used the Bible as the source of evidence, it would be confirmation bias. It's the same thing as asking a Muslim to prove that his God exists, and then the Muslim just says, hey, the Quran says that Allah exists, so he must exist.
But I'm
And
talking
then
about
When
they
we
also
say
use the
Jesus
Bible
existed,
for
you
that.
point to the Bible and says, hey, the Bible says Jesus existed. It's not actual evidence. It is the claim in this circumstance.
well, because there wasn't much evidence to go off of, right? There's no.
Okay, so
Yeah, there
evidence
was.
defined would be something that raises the probability of a proposition to be true. And if we only have one source, which
Yeah.
would be circular, which would be confirmation bias,
Okay.
then there is no actual evidence based
So
off
what
the
about
claim.
Jesus's tomb, and what about
What tomb?
all
There is no tomb.
What
There
tomb?
is no tomb.
there's
Well, let's do
Wait,
some Socratic
told you
questioning,
that?
SX. Let's
Who
do some
told you that?
Socratic questioning.
Bad. So where would the tomb be?
Yeah, there you go.
Who
There you go.
told you where that tomb was and everything?
Yo, nowhere.
boy?
Thanks for the 100 SEK.
Where is the tomb?
Yeah.
Hitchens was absolutely right when he expressed his
Okay,
surprise of a Christian
let him
unhappiness and he
search it
spoke
up,
about the bliss of the
because I
next
don't
world,
think he
but it
should.
wants power in this one. That's a fucking fact. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I love Hitchens, by the way. Hitchens is possibly my favorite.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys,
Hitchens
continue.
Razor is tough.
Had to read the super chat.
all right. Well, I just looked it up, and I was right. It's in the garden. I don't know what you want me to
What
tell
garden?
You, man.
It's in the garden of what? Where? Where is it?
Yeah, here's the problem, Kepler. There have been
I have a garden.
like 10, there's been like 10 quote unquote findings of Jesus's tomb. None of them confirmed, but we have Ron Wyatt who says it is confirmed. How do we know that? What evidence do they have to justify that? Jesus historically would not have been put in a tomb. First and foremost, that's an objective fact of history.
Look.
Well, I think the Romans would have put him in there.
No,
Okay. Well,
No,
Cole,
no,
let me
absolutely
ask
not.
you this. Let me ask you this. What shape is the Earth?
It's a spear.
Okay. Do you like trust evolution?
So.
Okay. So. Okay. Would you say that Jesus Christ, right, according to biology, would have to have an XX and an XY chromosome to be a male biologically?
Well, didn't Jesus have both?
No.
No, he was born from a mother, a virgin birth. Yeah, so
Right.
he would have to be a female
Yeah.
by sex.
Jesus would
But
have been the
there's
first
something, I've
trans.
read up that the virgin thing is translated wrong. But I'm not
Yeah.
sticking up with anyone. I've actually heard that it means
Let's
something
start with the
different in their
virginity thing,
language.
right? Because the reason one of the biggest arguments of Jesus's non-existence is just a divinity, right? There is a gap in the divinity giving an XY chromosome to an XX. If God or Jesus being God, okay, that's another issue. But if God gave an XY chromosome, the Father gave an XY chromosome to the XX chromosome of a female, we would need evidence for that. But the Bible doesn't state any of that. It just says, oh, he spoke to Mary and then Mary just gave birth. That's it.
I thought it was Mary. Mary and Joseph on it or something like that.
Yeah. Also, I kind of feel bad for the husband. He was kind of getting cocked.
Not only that, it's pure incest because they were the only two.
Yeah, that is kind of incest, because if God created humans and we are his children, then God impregnated his child and gave birth to himself.
I think
if
if
Jesus
they
Christ is
killed
God.
his son as well.
God impregnated his creation for himself to sacrifice himself to himself for something he created himself.
Yeah. Yeah. He created all the dilemma for himself, really, didn't he?
Exactly.
But not that we should like be saying it's not true. We're just saying it's probably not true because of them contradictions.
And that's what I'm saying is, you guys are going off of logic, which I could completely respect
Not
because I'm a
just logic, but biology.
Right,
This
and I'm a
isn't just
logical-
logic. We're
I'm a
using
logical
science.
person for the most part, but then I have my faith for Jesus, which that's something I have to go off of
faith
belief.
is subjective. Faith is subjective. Do you agree?
I have
Mind
faith
dependent.
that your God is bullshit. How about that? Like, does that make it true?
Right. No, that's what I'm
Faith is
saying.
just
But
belief.
here's
Okay,
the
exactly.
thing.
Okay, so if we use logic, this is linear logic. This is basic logic.
Right.
Okay. Would you say that the statements that I have made so far are logical when they are based off science?
Right.
When I say that in order for a male or a human to be born, right, in all cases scientific, there would have to be an XX and an XY chromosome.
Well,
You do know you could be born as a female but have XX, right?
You can be intersex and you can be female.
Dude,
but you would have
people
to
with-
have another reproductive source with a chromosome set.
I don't know.
Right? It has to be a female and a male reproducing.
You really have to
If
be
you don't
careful
have
with
that,
what you're
virgin
saying.
births have never been recorded.
You have to be really careful what you're saying because some fish can go to XX and XY.
Oh, yeah, seahorses.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
one.
yeah. Fish
think it
can,
is a
but
seal,
humans can't necessarily.
The
So when I'm talking about humans
options
specifically,
are like realistically, so like technically speaking, the option if it's a virgin birth, right? The options are either Jesus was a Komodo dragon, which that's possible, I suppose, or Jesus was the first trans man.
okay,
So it kind of-
Jesus
kind of like,
was a seahorse. Okay, I'm gonna grant that because seahorses give birth by themselves. Okay, they're the only true virgin birth maxers. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Can I
So
just say
would you
something?
agree with me
Actually-
that Jesus existed but only as a seahorse? Yes or no? Go ahead.
Can I just ask something? You do know there has been a person that was born with both chromosomes before. And
All
they
right,
had
so
to
when you guys are
decide
done
whether they
joking,
wanted to
I
be a
want to
boy
point
or a
out that
girl.
you believe in the supernatural.
We don't
No.
believe in the supernatural. I don't grant that. Could you just motivate what you just said?
Could I motivate it? All right, you guys believe in the Big Bang, right?
Yeah,
Don't
how's that a
change the
miracle if
subject.
it's supported by scientific empirical
Okay,
evidence?
so
Go
let's
ahead.
walk through it. You believe that matter was either created, it created itself, or it was always
No,
there,
we don't.
right?
What the fuck are you saying? Matter
Right.
was
So
never
where did
created
the
nor
matter come
destroyed.
from?
What are you on about?
Where
Hello,
did
that's
it
going to be
come
straw
from?
man. It's going to be a
So
straw
where
man.
did
What
it
are you
come
saying?
from?
Where did it
Where
come
did the
from?
matter
No, it's
come from?
eternal. It's
The first
eternal.
law
According to the
Okay,
laws of
exactly.
thermodynamics.
So
All right,
you
all right,
believe
all right.
that
Pause.
matter was
Pause. Let's
always
do some
there.
linear. I don't want to have like
Sounds
30
like
people
God.
talking.
Yeah, okay.
Linear.
Okay, so step one. Step one. You believe that matter was always there.
Yes,
No.
correct.
Wait,
That's
not
step one.
matter.
According to my worldview. Well, not matter, right? Energy
Matter
was
is an
there, but
emergent
matter
property
can-
from energy.
Energy, matter,
Yeah,
whatever you
matter
want to
is the
call it.
emergent
Something
property
was
from
always
energy.
there.
And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Therefore, energy counting to entropy, right, which would be converted into matter, would then eventually like not be created nor destroyed because matter is essentially energy. So
Okay,
yeah,
either way,
I
long
would say
story
energy
short,
is
you
eternal.
believe it was always there. Got it. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it would have to be.
That's
Yes.
step one of something sounding supernatural. You can't
No, it's
explain how
not.
it
No,
got
it's
there.
not.
It was
Yeah,
just
we
Yes,
can.
we
always
can.
there.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can.
It was just
Would you say that
always there.
particles? Would you say that particles within an atom can literally just dissipate out of existence? Like take okay,
I don't
take
know. I
anything you
can't
have
study
right now.
atoms.
Imagine it being made from billions and trillions of atoms. Try and destroy every single fucking one of them out of existence. Universe being the totality of all
Oh,
existence.
Contra. Check out these
But
nails.
this is the point. You're talking about destroying something. We're talking about how something got here. That's the big difference.
No,
You
because
believe it was
nothing got
always
here.
here.
Nothing got here. Everything has changed. Have you ever seen anything be created?
Yeah, I've seen a
Okay,
bike
give me
be
an
created.
example.
I've seen a car be created. I've
Okay,
seen
yeah. So the
all type
material,
of
so the
stuff.
material that the car is made of is just changed. So the metal is being mined from the earth.
I get that.
Then it's
I
being
get that.
processed,
Now,
and
how
then it's
it
being molded
originally
into a
got here
car.
is the question.
That metal or iron or steel has come from stardust, essentially, and other different types of formations. And it all leads back to energy. The Big Bang was dark energy, different other compositions.
When it
Right.
All right,
gases,
a
it
bunch
collides
of things
together
you
and
can't
stuff.
prove. All right, so step
Yes,
two.
we can. Yes. Wait, do you know what
Step
CBM
two.
is?
Step two. Step 2.
Wait, do you know what CB? Wait, do you know what
all
cosmic
right,
background
so
Let's just
radiation
get to
is?
step 2 real quick.
Symphony of the
Let's just
Rest.
get to step 2 real quick.
What is
Secondly, that
wait, do you know what cosmic background radiation is in Redshift? Just yes or no.
yeah, I do.
Okay, you're
They
familiar with
think
those
because
things.
they
Would you
hear
say that these
they
things
think because
affirm
they
the
pick
Big
up
Bang would be
radiation, that
true?
means a bunch of stuff exploded billions of years ago.
Okay, would you
Got
say
it.
that these things affirm that the Big Bang would be true?
No, I think that sounds stupid
Okay, so
there's
please justify
because
that
there's
because then
something in
wait,
because
wait.
there's
You're
something in
providing the
space that
argument.
means there
If
was an
you're unable to
explosion.
motivate that, then you fail the burden of a rejoinder.
So, opinion. If you give him some time to give his explanation after you ask a question and he's given the explanation, and then he'll give you time to give a response or defeat our argument.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what I'm
If
saying.
you don't defeat it, then you fail the burden of rejoinder.
Okay,
So
whatever
to be
you want to
clear,
say.
hold up,
My
hold up,
point is
no,
you guys are
Apocalypse,
saying
hold up. I need to make this clear. So you were asked a question. The question is required for you two to move on forward with the conversation. You must answer the question, and then you must.
I got
provide
the steps. I'm
defeater
trying to
his
answer,
thing.
bro. You're
Sure.
holding
Yeah,
up the
yeah.
answer.
Let him
Alright.
justify why it sounds like bullshit.
Sure.
So
Okay.
yeah. So to be
Give
clear,
us
though,
empirical
you're-
evidence opposing the empirical evidence. Go
Well,
ahead.
Okay, so for one, it's a prediction. You guys can't prove that.
Yes, we
You
can.
guys
We
are
can measure
saying
it.
you
We
guys.
constantly
If you could
measure.
stop cutting me
Well,
off, that'd be great.
yeah, let's let him
you
get
know?
his thoughts out.
That'd be really great. So for one, you guys are saying, "Oh, we predict that there should be background radiation. There should be this and that from an explosion."
Can I ask a
One,
clarifying
so
question on that?
how about I complete the answer first?
No, because it's a complete like
Yeah,
ineligible
that,
stupid.
How about I
to say.
complete my
I
thought
want to
and then you
pause
can give me a
pause there
comment on
though
it?
and get a
So how
clarifying
about I just
response.
complete my sentence?
So here,
You know?
what I'm going to do since you're being a bitch now. So I want to clarify something. Are you saying that we are talking about CMB because of prediction and not because of observation? Is that what you're trying to say?
So I would like to be able to finish this time.
You're going to answer what I
Okay,
just asked you, or
but
fuck
you're
off.
essentially
I was just going to
misrepresenting
answer
what
what.
we do scientifically. It isn't a prediction. It's a fucking measurement. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a clarifying answer from you. Are you trying to say that the background radiation that we observe with our eyeballs, thanks to tools, isn't actually an observation and not objectively true, and that it's just a prediction from mathematics? And if you whine one more time, I'm going to drop you. Just answer the fucking question, yes or no.
Repeat your stupid question.
I'm asking because it seems to me, the way that you're saying this, I want clarification if I'm misunderstanding you. Are you trying to say that CMB radiation is not actually objectively true and it's due to prediction that we state that it happened? Or do you believe that it is an
All right,
objective observation?
That's the question. So can I respond now
Yeah.
fully without being cut off?
Well, first, for the clarification.
Okay, so like I was saying, that is a prediction, they say. I'm not denying that you guys, for one, I've never verified it, so I think it's bullshit. But I'll grant you that. Okay,
You think
there's
radiation
in
is
space.
bullshit?
I'm saying that I haven't verified it. You guys haven't verified it, so it could be BS. But I'll grant you that for the sake of the conversation. There's radiation in space. Okay, now, for one, there's a
He doesn't
billion
think
other things
radiation
going
can
on in
exist in
space.
So because you don't know something,
Can I
that makes
complete?
it true.
Okay,
You see
I'm
how I
sorry.
can't
My
complete the
bad. My
thought?
bad. My bad. Continue.
So because there is radiation in space, or let's say there is, like I said, you guys haven't verified it. You guys are then saying that's because
Wait,
of
so
this
you concede
explosion.
there is
Or-
radiation
bro,
in space?
I gotta
Wait,
be
hang
able
on,
to
hang on.
finish the
You
thought,
concede
bro.
there is radiation in space.
I gotta be
No,
able
no,
to
we're gonna
finish
stop
the
right here. We're
thought,
gonna come to a halt.
guys.
We're gonna come to a halt. We're gonna come to a halt.
Hey, are you
and then
guys
can finish
scared or what?
explaining.
I can't even
Do
complete
you
the thought.
concede? Do you concede there is radiation in space? Yes or no? Yes or
I
no?
concede that you guys won't let me complete a sentence.
Okay,
Do you
opinion.
concede there is radiation in space?
Opinion. We are not doing anything fallacious or facetious at all by hearing your first premise and then saying, "Hey, that's actually
Allow
not
me
true."
to complete the thought before you
I
ask me
have
another
two. I have
question
two
on my
questions.
sentence.
This is the first one. It's
Yeah,
very
I know,
simple.
but I'm not going to answer
Do
because
you
I haven't
agree
been
there is
able to
radiation in
finish
space?
one thought.
Do you agree there is
You see how I'm
radiation
in
in
the mid-
space?
I'm
Your
in the middle of
foundation
talking, and
for
then you
your
ask another
thought is
question.
objectively false. So we're trying
I'm
to
in the
pause
middle of
you.
talking,
Do
and then
you
you ask.
agree there is
Dude, holy
radiation in
shit.
space?
Okay. Your thought starts with an objectively false claim. So yes, we are going to pause you to get clarification on the first false straw man claim. There is nothing facetious about this at all. This is how debates work. We can say, hey, your first thought here, let's get some clarification on this part so we can even continue. Because I'm not going to hear P2, P3, P4, P5 if your first fucking idea is just objectively fucking wrong.
You've already committed a fallacy by saying just because I don't know something, you conceded that you don't really know, but it's bullshit. You're essentially saying that just because you don't know something or the way something works, that
You
makes
guys
it
are essentially talking
false.
for me.
So I'm
I haven't been
asking you,
able to talk.
No,
do you
we're
agree
getting
there is radiation
clarification.
in space? Do you agree there is radiation in space?
What caused the Big Bang to happen?
Do
Second,
you agree?
since
Bro, that's a
since
fucking
you guys
pivot. You're
know,
running. You're running.
you're running. I
Is
literally
there
can't complete a thought.
radiation
So
in
let's just go to my
space?
second question.
Is there radiation in space?
I tried to complete the thought. You guys cut me
Is
off
there
5 times. So
radiation?
let's
You
just
can
go to number
complete your
2.
thought, bro. You can
Let's
complete
just
your
let's
thought.
just go to number
Talk
2.
Is there radiation in space?
We get hit by radiation every
What
day.
caused the
So
Big Bang? What
Is there
caused it?
radiation in space? What caused the Big Bang? Yeah, an
What?
expenditure.
How does
An
life come from
expenditure.
non-life?
Sure. I just answered your question. Could you answer mine?
Why are
And
you
it
jumping
there
to
radiation?
30 different claims? Holy shit.
What caused it?
That's a
What
different
caused it?
fucking
Yeah, so simply an
conversation.
unstable collapse of energy that all of a sudden fused and then expanded. Right. So are you going to answer my question? I just answered yours. Is there radiation in space? Yes or no?
Okay, so if I can complete the thought
Is
without
there
getting cut off,
radiation in space?
bro, you gotta
Yes
shut up for me to
or
answer.
Yeah,
no?
just let him speak, man. We've all spoken.
No,
If you're
no,
asking
no,
me,
no,
no.
no,
If you're
no,
asking me,
because
no. I
bro,
haven't
he's
verified
already
it. You haven't
conceded there
verified
is
it.
radiation in space.
I
And we
didn't.
know that we
I
can
didn't.
measure
I
radiation.
didn't.
You're not
He
letting me
knows
go
we
past
can
any
measure
more, though. I
radiation.
want to know
Have you
what
measured
else he has to
radiation?
Wait. If we can measure
When did you measure
radiation,
radiation in
then we
space?
can measure its origin point or its tracing, which means that we are not predicting it, we are measuring it, so his argument fails. I am asking him, is there radiation in space? If there is, which is yes, which he basically conceded, then there is, in fact, a form of measurement. And if we measure it, it's not a prediction. It is empirically and objectively true. So his
Well,
argument fails.
no, it doesn't.
Do you agree
Because
in
for
popular?
one,
Do you
I
agree?
disagree. For one, nobody on this panel has measured radiation for themselves. You guys are taking
No, we
somebody
don't
else's
need
Wait,
word
to.
wait. So
and
that's
saying,
going to
yeah,
be
that sounds
I
objectively
good.
see what he's
false.
saying.
Wait, that's going to be objectively false. Do you know what a Geiger
When
counter
did you
is?
measure
Do you know what a
radiation for
Geiger
yourself?
counter is?
When
Do you
did
know
you
what a
measure
Geiger
it for
counter is?
yourself?
Do you know what a Geiger counter is?
When did you measure it for
Do you
yourself?
know what a Geiger counter is? Yes or
Are you
no?
gonna answer the question? When did
Yes,
you
I
measure
have
it
a
for
Geiger
yourself?
counter and that measures radiation.
Okay, so
So
and
you
then
just
how did
fucking
you
lied your
search
ass
it?
off.
How did you lie? How did you line it up to an origin
Yeah,
point?
so I turn on my Geiger counter and it measures the radiation.
And how did you line it up back to 14.6
Yeah, I
billion years
literally
ago?
turn it on and it measures the frequency
And how did you
of
know it came
radioactive
from
particles,
14.6
alpha,
billion
beta,
years
and
ago?
Okay,
gamma. Alpha, beta,
okay.
and gamma.
How do we know that it was 14.8 billion years ago? We know this because we're able to light has a specific speed and age based on speed. Light years, right? So we're able to see the different radiation specs and we can measure a very, very close guesstimation, you're correct there, on how long it has taken for that light to reach us. We can see which one is oldest and which one is youngest, and we can follow it back to where it came from.
Yeah.
How did you
Is it
follow
like a
it back to
shifting
where it
colour
came
as
from?
well?
By,
How'd you follow
by
it back to where
measuring
it came
the
from?
by measuring the strength and timing of when it took that
Mm.
light to reach us. The strength
That
of the
doesn't
radiation and the
tell you
timing.
anything about where it originally came from.
Yes, it does, because we
That
can
Okay,
that
so
follow
doesn't tell you
it.
about how
3
it
times
reached
10,
you.
3
That
times
doesn't tell
10
you
to the
about where it
power of
originally
8.
came from.
How are
3
you
times
not
10 to the power of 8 gives us the speed. Speed, so velocity times time, right, gives us the answer we need. We can see redshift, which is the essentially the expenditure of light coming towards us. We can see the red, the spectrum of color traveling towards us. And we can measure this according to the speed of light. This tells us the age of the universe. According to CBM, we can trace it back to a point of origin. That point of origin can be proven that it has expanded according to redshift. So two explicit, objectively true empirical evidences have proven the Big Bang. Do you agree?
Also,
Do you
everything's
agree with
moving
that?
from
It's
us,
still a
isn't it, as well?
hypothesis, though.
That's not
No,
a
do you know what a
hypothesis.
No, it's
theory, a
measured.
scientific theory is?
It's measured.
It's a hypothesis.
It's
Okay,
a
a
theory.
scientific theory is a compilation of evidence
Evidence,
that is
yeah.
empirically
Hypothesis
true
is a
and
guess.
proven. And people
Hypothesis is a guess
constantly
is
measure
What was
this.
that?
tested.
Yeah,
Well-
so scientific theories are backed by multiple forms
Yeah.
of evidences
And that
to
hypothesis
prove that it
is
is
a guess
empirically
for
true.
someone to prove.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
go
I
on.
want to
Evidence when we
respond to
were.
what you guys said real quick, because that's like
Well-
me picking up some
Pause.
Well,
Kep-
let him
Kepler
speak, let him
Kepler
speak,
hasn't
let
been
him
able to talk for a minute. I want to hear Kepler's idea
Yeah,
as
let-
well.
When
Go
me
ahead.
and Evidence first spoke earlier, I was asking him like about, there's endless universes, yada yada. I'm sure you remember that. The thing is, if there was a Big Bang, right, which I think personally is a hypothesis, but I do think that more than likely that is what happened. You got to remember the grand scale of actually how large the universe is. I mean, think about the Milky Way and then the Andromeda, and then there's all these other galaxies that keeps on going on and on and on, and that's one universe bubble. And then there's multiple universe bubbles, right? So we think, right? That is a lot
Okay,
of.
would you
I don't
say-
even think.
would
I
you
don't
say
even
that
think a
13 billion?
computer.
Forget
I don't
the
even
point
think a
A.
computer could grasp actually how
Well, let's
large.
okay.
that
Let's
is.
pause.
Would
Let's
you
pause.
say that 13 billion years itself is long? Is a long time?
Just
Well,
to-
and
let's
the-
go back to
the
the back.
scale of the
Let's go back to
universe,
Big
no.
Bang. Big Bang. Let's go back to Big Bang. Okay. So first and foremost, even if there are other bubble universes, which has not been demonstrated to be true, it's just that is a hypothesis. That is a hypothesis.
Yeah.
Okay. A theory is not a hypothesis. A hypothesis is this happens. Let me continue and consistently test it to see what causes the effect of this thing. And if it consistently happens, we have a justifiable reason to believe that it is true. Okay, so it's called proven beyond reasonable doubt, which is then a scientific theory. Scientific theory is not the colloquial definition of theory, which is the verb of theory, to theorize, which is a guess or assumption. Scientific theories are facts based in
Can I
evidence and
counter-argue that?
information. But pause.
Okay.
When it comes to Big Bang, it is a theory, a scientific theory, the strongest argument for fact that we will ever have.
Yeah.
It's based in mountains of evidence. This evidence is going to be cosmic microwave background radiation, which we can see, observe, test,
And
etc. So we can literally see the light of the radiation, and we can see the age of the radiation, and we can see the brightness, and to determine how long ago it happened. We can then take there's a graph. You can see the graph. There's really strong lights here. There's really weak lights over here, and we can see which one is oldest, and we can follow the newest and youngest to the oldest to see where it actually originated from, which is where we get the scientific theory backed by all of the evidence and contradicted by none of the evidence. Now, if there was a contradiction, it wouldn't be a scientific theory. We would have to keep testing it to see what's actually true about it. But it's not contradicted.
No one could say
Okay, so
anything.
I just want to point out
before
real
that,
quick
though, can they?
that a
'Cause we can't
scientific
see
theory
that.
and a fact are not the same thing. A
I'm not saying
scientific
that it
theory
is a
attempts
fact.
to-
It is grounded in
No.
facts and information. So,
Yeah.
okay, here's the
Okay, but
definition of
it's
evidence.
the best explanation, not a fact. That
It
doesn't
is
mean
the
it's
best
a fact.
explanation, correct. It's grounded in facts and information.
Which
You're
doesn't-
missing that.
Which doesn't
Pause.
mean it's fact.
It is grounded in facts and information. It
It's
is
the
not.
best story they've came up with. so
Pause.
far.
No, it's not a story.
No, pause. Okay. It is the strongest explanation based on all of the evidence and not contradicted by any of it. It is not 100% certain because we are not the smartest. We are not all knowing. We do
Right.
not know what we do not know. There could be
And
something
science
more in
changes.
depth. So there
Exactly.
could
That's
be.
my only point. You
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
could be.
It's not
No.
100%.
We do know. We do know.
We know that,
No,
mate. Yeah.
You just said it yourself. It's not 100%.
Correct. It is not 100%
So that means
certain.
you don't know.
We
Look,
do
look,
know.
Unpopular. We don't even have
Do
to
we,
go that
do we know
far.
100%
Okay,
that humans
do you
breathe
accept?
oxygen?
Look, unpopular.
never
We
get
don't
to
have
Can
to
I
go
say
that
something?
We
Can I
don't
say
need to
something
do
that
that.
Albert
That's
Einstein?
a fact.
Can I
Brother.
say something that Albert
That's not a
Einstein once
theory.
said?
Hang on,
Albert
hang on.
Einstein.
Look, just give me a second. Just give me a second. Unpopular.
Okay.
Would you
guys don't
say,
get it.
would you agree with me on the definition that evidence is just something that raises the probability of a proposition to be true? Proposition being X, right? That the universe came from this, or the universe, started from this, or whatever it may be. Right?
Yeah, but then I would
Okay,
also
would you
say
say
that
when
when
we
you look at
have
things
a
and the
very
odds get
high
worse and worse
amount,
and worse, it's
okay,
gonna
would
be a
you
no.
say when we have a high amount of uncontradictory evidence, right? Evidence being something that raises the probability of a proposition to be true, which isn't faulty, that truly makes it the best and highest, most superior probability out of them all.
Yeah.
When you don't have evidence for God, that makes it the lowest. So when we have the highest probability for this thing to be true and the causation of what we know that means that it is the most valid
Well,
theory, being
let me
scientific.
let me counter that real quick, okay? Because
Just
you
what
guys
we
keep
know.
saying
Just
I
a minute.
know, we know. This is a theory. These
Okay,
are a bunch of
define
ideas.
to know.
And
But
if
we
I
know
could
the
finish really
evidence.
quick, if I could finish, you guys think that one, matter was always there. That
Nope.
matter somehow
Straw
No,
man.
energy
expanded
was
into the
always
universe.
All right, that's
You
straw
don't
man
know
number
what
1.
caused it.
Straw man number
Yes, straw
2.
man.
No, because he said it himself that he
No,
Incorrect.
believes matter was always
Incorrect.
there.
That's straw man
Energy.
number 3.
One of you guys
Keep
said
using
matter was
corrected
fallacies.
always
myself.
there.
Keep using
One of you
fallacies.
guys said matter
I
was
corrected
always
myself.
there.
Energy is always there. Matter
Yeah,
can dissipate back into energy, but it can never be destroyed. Energy can never be destroyed. Matter,
Here.
if you literally burn like a piece of wood, right, the energy itself, the ability to do work, will still exist. However, the original form of the solid composition will
Was changed.
dissipate.
Okay, so let me ask
It
a
will
question
just
on that.
change.
If you
Well,
believe it was all energy, how do you go
pause.
from energy to matter?
Brother, holy shit.
Yeah,
Can I
energy
jump in real quick?
is just the
Evidence?
ability to
I,
do
I
work,
wanted to
and
say
the
something very
ability.
important about this.
Yeah, Kepler,
You
go
Earlier,
for
believe
it.
when
that
you guys
energy turned into
earlier,
matter.
Yeah, the
Popular.
ability can
my
decompose
Okay,
itself.
my
guys,
most
pause.
important thing for this is scientists recently discovered sometime within the past 5 to 10 years that black holes don't actually absorb all of the energy that they suck in. Some of the radiation seeps out of the black hole.
Sure.
Which goes to
Sure.
show, yeah, that just goes to show that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. A black hole probably doesn't even destroy the energy; it just absorbs it and grows bigger.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
So a
it
black hole is
absorbs
just a
the
big
energy
thing of
into
energy.
itself.
Okay, so
Right.
here's
And
I
that is
want to go back to popular. Okay, opinion. So you are correct that we do not know for 100% certain. What we do know, in definition with to know, which is epistemology, is based on all of the evidence and contradicted by nothing. We know beyond
Right.
reasonable doubt, which is what science works in. It is unreasonable to doubt this as true for the time being because all of the evidence justifies it as true and no evidence justifies it as untrue.
Yeah. And loads of people have tried to improve it as well. Science people.
You know
They've
what? You
tried
guys
and
believe in the
tried and tried.
scientific method, right?
Well, I mean,
yeah, empirical, that we can in fact observe, unlike your God.
Observable,
Would you say that is
testable,
better?
demonstratable.
do you believe in gravity?
No.
Whoa!
Wait. What shape is the Earth?
It's flat.
You don't believe in
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Okay. Can you prove that? Can you prove that?
I can, but let's stay on one topic at a time.
No,
That's crazy, man. That's
No,
crazy.
no. I promise we can
Guys,
talk about
if you
this
don't mind,
later.
host, if you don't mind.
Wait, can I say
you
one
please
quick
prove
thing?
that the Earth is
We can
flat right
talk
now?
about
Go
this
ahead.
later.
I can prove the Earth is round, but I just need you to provide your empirical
on,
evidence
I was
that is
rooting for you.
scientific to prove that the Earth is flat. Go ahead.
Hold on, I was rooting for you because you were
don't-
saying
one we don't
if you
speak
think
over
you
to.
know, you don't know, right? Albert
Can you
Einstein
provide
once said
empirical
that.
scientific
I was rooting
evidence
for you, man.
that the Earth is flat?
Hey,
Go ahead.
call me K or whatever. Are you Christian?
Yes, I am,
Okay,
but that has
so-
nothing to
Yes,
do with
and
it.
he is smart.
Well,
He is
pause.
smart. He
Kepler
knows
is
that
not
the
a
Earth is
biblical
round.
literalist. Unpopular. I'm gonna guess you're a biblical literalist.
So for one, if you believe in the Bible clearly tells you it's
Yeah.
flat.
So okay, unpopular
okay,
is
great,
a
okay,
biblical
great.
I don't
literalist.
think it does.
It does.
Confirmation
It
bias.
does. It does say
I
that.
don't know.
The Bible
Okay,
does say
so
that.
unpopular. Do you affirm everything Christian, including the Old Testament?
I believe in the entire Bible, except for the new versions. They've twisted a lot of stuff.
What's your
Wait,
favorite
why not?
version?
Well, that was two questions.
Watch him
right?
say KGV. What's your
Okay,
favorite
what's
version?
your favorite version? Yeah, just answer that.
I would stick to anything that's not like NIV really. Like for example,
Okay,
in
is that going to be
NIV
subjective? Is that
for
going to be
example-
subjective?
For example, in the NIV, that's where people get the common confused.
Okay,
thought that the
International
Bible
New
promotes
Version.
slavery
Great. Okay, I accept
because
that.
they changed the
Is
word
that
from
going to be
slave
mind
to-
dependent? Is that going to be
Bro,
dependent on
I'm
your
in the middle
personal
of
preference?
talking and you're asking something else. Can you just hold
Yes,
your horses real
I
quick?
know. Okay, you
just asked me a
prefer
question.
the
I'm
yeah
completing the
you
question.
you prefer the NIV. Okay, cool,
I
great.
did not
Now
say
we know
that.
what you
That's
prefer.
what happens with listening. I didn't say that. You didn't
You
listen.
said
I didn't say that.
International New
You went
Version,
on
that's
to
what you
talking
prefer.
before I finished talking.
we don't care what else you have to say. You just told us your preference. That was the question. That's it.
What was my preference then?
Yeah, INV, International
Yeah,
New
I didn't
Version.
say that. That's what happens when you don't listen.
Okay, so what'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I would say anything, not anything, but I would definitely avoid the
But
NIV.
you explicitly stated the INV.
I said I would avoid the NIV.
No, wait, host. Did he not say INV?
I did not.
I prefer the
don't tell me
INV,
what
and
I
I would
said.
prefer like
You
anything
weren't listening.
that's
You
not.
asked a question in the middle of me talking. That's not what I said.
Wait. So what? Okay. So
I'm in
what
agreement with
Bible do you
Popular.
follow?
All right. Anyway, can we get
Yeah,
back
okay,
on the
that's
Big
cool. My
Bang?
bad, my bad.
Believe me, I will come back and I will school you guys on how the Earth is flat. That's
Okay.
no problem.
Well, no.
But can we get back on
You
my
can do
original
that. You
point?
can do that in a second.
I just
What
Googled it.
version of the Bible do you follow?
I just Googled it.
Preferably the NIV or older. Or excuse me.
Okay.
KJV
So
or
he
older.
didn't say he said anything but the NIV.
KJV or older.
New International Version.
KJV, King James Version.
I thought you just said NIV. What the fuck?
I just said mistake. My bad. I just said that right now. I made a mistake. I'm human.
Okay, cool. Because that's the first thing I heard as well. Okay, so
I didn't say that.
Okay. In the first
one,
part
can
you
we
said
get back
NIV.
on the
Okay,
topic,
my
bro?
bad. My bad.
Can we get back on the
You
topic?
said KIV. Okay, sure.
KJV.
KJV, King James
King
version.
James Version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I just quickly interrupt?
Okay.
Really
Do you
quick?
affirm the
In
Old
and out
Testament as
quickly.
well?
I do.
Let's move on. Let's move on from all this bullshit because he hasn't brought up and just one last question.
I was trying to bring up a bunch of things. You guys constantly. cut me off.
Okay. Just one last
Constantly.
clarification question, and then if you want to add anything extra, I'll give you like whatever time you need to talk. Do you have empirical scientific evidence to prove that the Earth is flat and the Big Bang didn't happen? Just yes or no?
So I
and then
would
if
start
so,
I would say one that we have is that the Earth, the equation they give us is supposed to be 8 inches per mile squared. There's multiple examples of us seeing way past that. Things are supposed to be 9,000 feet behind the curve. We still see them upright. There's
okay, do
literally
you have
thousands,
empirical
hundreds.
evidence that it is more than 8 inches per square meter?
I would say that either your guys' math is wrong or the Earth is
No.
flat.
Do you have evidence to prove that it's more than
Yeah,
8 inches squared?
That it's more, so like the Earth is bigger. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so the Earth is flat. There is no curvature because the Earth would curve and 8 inches per square
Exactly. So
meter.
if something's not behind the curve, it's just not curving. It's flat.
Can I also just try?
Unless you guys are gonna say
So
everything
is
is
there
a
an
mirage.
equation that shows that there is less curvature by having more inches per square meter?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, you said 8 inches per square meter of the Earth,
No,
and then
that's
there's
not,
a viable curve.
No.
But you
got
can
the-
see
got your
past
math
that.
wrong. It's 8
If you can
inches
see
per mile
past that,
squared.
then is there another equation that shows that there is actually like less curvature or no curvature, so that we can see past
there is
8 inches per square meter at a
um,
certain diameter of the Earth?
There's a different equation that they give you to use for longer distances, but when you plug in those distances, it actually, like for example, there's one.
Okay, what is that equation that proves the Earth is flat?
That proves it's flat, bro? Are you
Yeah.
not listening?
Bro, because you're just telling me something
Do
that
you
you
realize?
think.
No,
I'm
what
asking you
telling
for
your
empirical
math.
evidence.
I'm telling you your
You
math.
just said this math is wrong because I said so. I'm asking you to show other math that might suppose it's otherwise.
Listen, I'm gonna make this very simple for you, okay?
A
'Cause I don't
sec,
think
Vic,
you're
can I
getting
please
it. I don't
jump
think
in
you're
a
getting
minute?
it. Let me finish, you guys. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
go.
you're getting it.
I've seen.
The scientists that you guys believe in have said, hey guys, this is the curvature equation, 8 inches per mile squared. So when you do this in multiple occasions and you see that something is supposed to be behind a curve according to this math of 8 inches per mile squared, and it's upright, it's not leaning back, it's not behind a curve, that means either the math is wrong, the scientists are wrong, or the Earth
Okay,
is
do
flat.
you have evidence
I don't
of
need
that?
to.
Do you
I
have
don't
a
need to come
counter
up with
equation?
a. Let me finish. I don't need to come up with another math equation to prove that their math is wrong.
I just
I
want to
don't
get
need
in there
why
quick.
would,
so I can get
why
it
would
where
I
it's
need to come
coming
up with
from.
another math equation to see that that math is wrong? What are you talking about?
Wait. So then there would have to be another counter equation that would actually
Okay, well, go
account for
invent the
the
counter
Earth being
equation,
flat
bro.
with
That's
no
not. That
curvature.
doesn't prove the
Because
Earth
if
is
I
wrong.
just reject something with no evidence or no viable cause, then it's just my stupid fucking opinion that hasn't been proven.
How am I
Exactly,
rejecting it
please
without
just
cause
let
when
someone
I
else
use
talk
the
for a second.
scientist math and that math didn't go to what we should observe? What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, prove that.
SAV, give me 2 seconds.
I can point you out a quick one. I can point you out a quick one. We literally just did this like a week ago in a flat Earth versus round Earth.
Just let bad boys.
Really quick.
Just take a quick and then I'll let you keep
No,
going.
no. Because he asked for the proof. I'll give you the proof. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
one. There's a Guinness Book World's photo of the something recorded from the furthest distance, which is 306 miles. According to that, according to that, this thing is supposed to be over 32,000 feet under a curve, but yet you see it upright.
306 miles is 32,000 feet.
If you want to do the math, we can do the math. Okay,
Wait,
I'm pretty sure, buddy. I know it better than
I
you.
just want y'all to know I did some research and nowhere in the Bible does it say the earth is flat.
Okay, so what about the very first one in Genesis?
It
where
literally
there's a
says
firmament?
nowhere in the
So
Bible
it
the earth
suggests
is
in
flat.
some parts.
Okay, you're looking for verbatim a Bible verse that says the earth is
Brother,
flat? It doesn't say it
I
like
looked
that.
it up everywhere and nowhere does it say that.
Yeah. To be fair,
Call me K.
Call me K.
Why don't you look up the one where it says that the earth is built upon pillars that never move?
According to scholars, right, or church fathers, when the verse says the four corners of the earth, it's talking about east, south, west, and north.
Do you know how many
When
times
it's
it says
talking
end
about
of the earth?
pillars, when it's talking about the pillars, it's talking about the foundations of earth, which
So how do you
could
have
be interpreted
foundations on a
as like
ball?
earth being literally on pillars.
Where's the
Which
foundations
I
on
would
a
like to
ball?
argue, but like besides that, it doesn't say that the earth
Where's
is
the
necessarily-
foundations on a ball?
Yeah, there is no foundations on the ball.
Thank you. It can only happen if
But
something's
it depends.
flat.
It can
like
be.
a table.
But a ball also doesn't have
2,000-year-old
tectonic plates that shift all around
Hey,
the world.
It's a 2,000-year-old book. 2,000 years ago.
Also,
people
Can I
guys,
just say, does he believe this cuss of his Bible says so? That's
Also,
what I'm trying to
guys,
get at.
you guys believe
I'm
that
gonna-
we're
I'm just gonna
spinning
grant that the Bible
and going
does
around the
say there is
sun
Don't
and
worry
going
about
through
the spinning
space.
bit. Just say, do you believe that because the Bible says so?
There's a Bible
'Cause
verse
it
that
always
says
links
the
to
earth
God when
is
it's
to
flat.
never move.
The
How
Bible
can
has
you
a
also
lot
then
of
be
claims.
spinning
Okay.
and going through space if also the Bible says you
I've
can never
never
move?
heard of
I
that
knew
Bible
this
verse.
is my point.
Look it
I
up.
knew you
It's
was going
built
to go
upon
straight
pillars
to
to
the God.
never move.
You was going straight
What's the
to
name of the
God. I knew
verse?
it was the Bible.
What's the
I
name
don't
of
know
the
the name
verse?
of the verse, but you can look it up.
It
Just
does
type it
say
in
that
right
it's
there.
held in place. It does say it's held in
And
place.
how did I
Yeah,
know
it
you
does.
flat
It
earth was
does.
going
It says
straight
that
to a
it says that
Bible?
in
Okay,
Genesis that God divided the waters
I'm gonna
above
grant
from the waters
because
below.
I think that Christians, like the Christian paradigm, does in fact say that, like even metaphorically, or if we just decipher it, it does say it's flat. So I'm just gonna grant that.
Yeah,
the Bible
grant
does
that,
say
I'm
yeah.
it's
not
flat.
trying to throw shots,
The
but
Bible
call
says
me
it.
K. You are not a Christian,
Yeah.
bro.
The
You don't-
Bible
or you
says
don't
I
know your
agree.
word.
I agree. Cool. We agree on at least one thing. But can you prove that the Earth is flat?
The Quran
I
says
just
the moon was
told
split in
you. I
two.
just told you, bro. Through you guys' own math, 8 inches per
That's
mile
not. Wait,
squared,
wait,
you
wait,
do
wait,
not
wait, wait, wait.
observe
That's not
that in the
proof. You
world.
just said. You just said.
That's
Oh,
proof
because
that you guys
I
are
don't
wrong.
think because I see that it's not actually 8 meters squared. So then it's not the case that the Earth is round.
You're going to say in the
And
beginning there's
the
light, yeah?
equation is either wrong or it doesn't do something.
How is the equation
So-
not wrong if what you should observe in
Okay,
the equation
okay.
isn't
Have you
observed?
measured
What the hell are you
what
talking
it
about?
actually is per square meter?
Does that not mean that you guys' math is
Have
wrong?
you not measured what the Earth is per square meter?
Let me give you an example of what you're saying.
Have you measured what the Earth
that's
is
like
per
the
square
scientists
meter?
are saying 2 + 2 is 6, and I point out
Have
that
you
it's wrong.
measured? No
And just
scientist
because
says
at the
that. What the
time I
fuck are
don't
you
know
on
it's
about?
4 doesn't mean I can't point out that yours is
No
wrong.
scientist says that it's 2 + 2 is 6. Have you
This guy
measured?
doesn't get an analogy.
Have you measured the square meter
Yes, I've
of
measured.
Earth?
Yep, I've measured
Okay,
things
what
that,
is it?
that
What is
should
it?
be
What is it?
behind a curve
Amelia
that
What is
aren't
it? No,
behind
no,
a
no,
curve.
no, no. What's the calculation? What is it? If it's not 8 meters per square, what is it?
This guy doesn't even know his own equation. It's 8 inches
If it's
per
not
mile
8
squared.
meters per squared,
8 inches
what
per
is
mile
it?
squared. So you don't
Okay,
even know
let's
your
say
own
inches
math.
per mile square.
You said
You don't
meter.
even know your
Okay,
own
sure.
math
I'll grant
equation,
it's
and you're
8
asking me
meters.
about
Wait,
it.
no, 8 meters per. Okay, that's
It's
kind of
8
bullshit.
Yeah,
But
just let him
sure.
say when he's
This
got
8
guy
meters
doesn't
per
even know
mile.
his
What is it
own
then?
math equation.
What
you
is it
believe
then?
in
8
It's
meters per
8
mile.
inches, not meters, buddy. 8 inches per mile squared.
8
I've
inches
said it
per mile
about 30
squared.
times now.
My
You guys
fault.
still don't know
My
your own math.
fault that you follow an
So
empirical system.
So you're asking
SXV,
me,
let
you're
everyone else
asking me
talk
on
as well,
something you
mate.
should believe in, and you don't even know the math.
8
I'm teaching
meters.
you your own globe model.
Sorry, 8 inches
Hey,
per
can I
square meter.
Can I
Is
tell
this
you
the
guys?
first time you've heard this and you believe in the globe?
Can you
That's
let
crazy.
someone else
You don't
Can
even know your
also
own math.
yourself answer the question? Holy shit, you're all over the place. You're actually running.
How are
If
we
it
all
is
over the
not
place? You guys switched
8
from
inches
Big Bang
per
to
square
this.
mile or meter, what
That's
is it
weird.
then? What's the
mile.
equation?
You
You
guys
said you
that
measured it, so what is it?
you guys said that I've switched all over the place.
What is
right?
it?
I want to point
What
out
is
that
it?
now
What
we're
is the
talking about
equation?
flat Earth instead of Big Bang.
What is the equation? What is it?
They think we believe in 8 inches
Where
per
are you
mile
at?
square.
If it's not 8 inches per mile squared, what is it?
That's what he's telling you it is.
Listen, what
What is
you
it?
don't understand. Let me make this very simple.
If
Okay?
it's not 8 inches per mile squared, slow boy, what is it?
Do I have hundreds of
Dumb
thousands of dollars to
fuck, dumb fuck.
circumnavigate the
Can you
Earth?
track a dialectic? If it's not 8 inches
I
per
don't think
square
this
mile,
dumbass gets the point
what
of what
is
I'm
it?
making.
If it's not
I don't
8
think you get
inches
it.
per mile, what is it?
So I think it's very clear that Unpopular has no idea what the fuck
Yeah,
math
get him
is.
out, bro.
Yeah, you don't know what the
All
fuck
right.
you're talking about, bro. You
No,
really don't.
Unpopular. I think it's very clear.
Smiley
you don't
face to
understand what
kick
math is.
him.
I've said it 30 times,
so
and
sorry.
you dumbass
Smiley
still
face
don't
to
get
kick
it.
him.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you reproduced. I feel bad for your child.
No, they're horrible to people.
Just
Yeah. I'll be
find
back in
some
school.
way
though.
to
You
drag
guys
down
can
the
make up an
average
excuse
IQ.
to kick me because you guys are stupid. You don't even know your own math.
You didn't provide any evidence. Nothing
I just
raised the
provided the
probability of
evidence,
your
stupid ass.
proposition.
It's not my
To
fault
be
you don't
fair,
get
you
it.
haven't gotten to talk.
Smiley
Hey,
face in the
unpopular,
poll to kick.
unpopular.
Smiley face
It's
in the
not
poll
my
to
fault you
kick.
don't get it,
Unpopular.
dumbass.
Ever heard of Hitchens
So-
razor? Ever heard of Hitchens
Hold
razor?
up. XV.
Have you ever heard of 8 inches per
SXV.
mile squared? I just told you that today. You don't even know your own math. Stupid ass boy.
Hold up. Everyone stop for
Yeah,
just a
but you
second.
never proved it
If you're-
otherwise.
If you're going to hold up, if
I
you're going to
literally
stay,
gave you 2 examples. You're too stupid.
You
to
didn't
comprehend
give
it.
me a fucking counter equation, dumb fuck. You said you measured it,
If you
but you
could
never
shut up, I
fucking
can
proved it,
tell you
you
why I don't
idiot.
have to.
so hold up. I'm
You're
sorry,
fucking retarded,
SXV.
bro. This guy's really
okay,
this guy's really dumb. He doesn't get.
Nope, we're not gonna be using slurs. They fucking got the live fucking flag last time.
Oh, he used a slur.
Yeah, he dropped the R slur again. Just
God, that
not
was
in-
boring as shit.
The only thing he said that made sense was if you think you know, you don't know. It was like the only thing I
So we have
That makes
knowledge
sense.
through the study of epistemology. So we
No,
do
no,
know
say,
things
but,
by
that,
definition
I
of
always think I can
semantics.
teach them something, but you can't. I've tried a million times. You just can't teach them. You think you're trying to tell them something that they will learn, but wrong. They don't listen.
I used to be
Ever.
as bad as him. It's so sad.
Really?
So,
even though you believe in science, you know how to do maths and everything like that.
So the thing is, there's a lot of mistakes happen in that conversation.
Right.
You know, we just, you know, I think as
and
a
I
group-
didn't even get to say what I wanted to say. It sucks.
Yeah, I didn't get a choice in it either.
I was gonna say with the Big Bang, like think about it, right? With the Big Bang when it first happened, what set it off, right? Didn't something have to move it? Because like let's just say you have a bunch of balls on
Yeah.
a basketball court.
Energy
right?
moved it.
Right, and see that's where me and you would disagree. Is I would say it would be God, you would say it'd be energy.
Right. I would say
Logically,
it's energy because of the demonstration that we have observed it to be energy.
and that's where me and SX were arguing earlier, where I was saying logically I'm 50-50, right? Because 50% of me puts my faith into that, and the other 50% is
Okay,
logical.
so
And that's
faith
where
by
we
definition
disagree.
is belief without evidence. Now, we know
Yeah.
for a
Exactly.
fact that the Big Bang Theory is true. You can be a believer in God
Right.
and still believe God caused the Big Bang, but there's no evidence for it, which is why we don't believe it.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. But to
So-
me, I feel like something started it all. Something had to have moved something for everything to be
Yeah,
moved.
energy.
right.
Can
But
I
why
just
did,
say,
how
we
did, how
think
did
the
energy just become of itself and,
It didn't.
and move everything on its own?
It did,
Can
brother.
I just say, though the Big Bang that we've got, we actually don't know about anything other than that. We don't know
Um,
before
well, they-
that. We don't
they
know
think
that.
that-
We,
they
don't,
think-
we can't prove anything after that.
They think that once
Before that.
the universe, expands to a certain amount, it implodes and then it Big Bangs again, right?
There's a few
Isn't that
hypotheses and
Space
ideas.
always expands. We know that. Things get further away
Right.
permanently and it's speeding up.
and
how
that's
we know
not
it's-
until trillions, gazillions, badillions of years from now, right?
We know things move
Right.
further away from us and they're accelerating quicker and quicker. We know that much.
Right.
Okay, so
As you
here,
understand space, you could go, well, what's it accelerating into? It's got to accelerate into something, but that's not what they think. They just think it's banging outwards into nothing. It's just expanding. There was no space before that. There was no time. There was no Nothing. There was just nothing. And because we're human, we can't get our heads around it to make sense of it. But their best guess is that, because we can't see any further than it. That's the thing. We just can't see any further than that point in time that happened. There could have been a donkey at the other side. We don't know because we can't see any further than that.
So I think the big divide that ends up happening here is like, so we as in I think most of the panel are working off what can be empirically demonstrated, and you're working off faith. Okay, and like here's the thing, right? I'm not gonna tell your faith is invalid, but it is not equally valid to what's going to happen with empirical evidence. So we may not know what started the Big Bang. I think pretty sure the answer that we go off of now is the interaction of dark energy and energy. I could be wrong about that. But the thing is that where we stand right now, we have the bare bones basics, and we may not ever have the rest.
The thing that makes me question that all, right, is they say that when the Big Bang happened, it was what, like was it the size of the moon when it happened, or was it something more of like the drop of a teaspoon?
It was a single point.
We don't know how big it was. We know
but where, like, the thing that gets me is like, if it did start off as a single atom or something so small, where does all this water come from? Why do trees grow from a small seed to a huge thing, and all you add is water? You don't add bark on bark.
This is just simply not understanding it. So all the things we have did not exist. All of the ingredients for what we had did exist. The majority of everything you see is just emergent properties from other things. Like energy is where matter comes from. It emerges. Matter did not exist in this point. We had energy and fucking dense energy.
Right.
In humans, there's nearly every element on the earth.
I see what you're saying.
So what I mean by emerge as well is if I have a spring, a piece of metal, and wood, do I have a rat trap?
Right.
If I put them together, I now emerge a rat trap from the properties that there were. So to answer the question of where did everything come from, super fucking simple. Can nothingness obtain any attributes at all?
Yeah, right.
Nothingness can create something?
Well, if you have energy, it could, right?
No, I'm saying nothingness as in nothing.
Well, then I guess nothing would just be nothing, right?
So nothing can't exist.
Right.
So there had to have been something.
That's what I'm saying.
What we know is that energy
Everybody has a
cannot
problem
be
in
created. If energy cannot be created, energy does exist. It has therefore always existed for all of time. What does that mean? Well, time had seemingly a starting point 13.8 billion years ago.
Yeah.
So the universe has existed for eternity. Is it infinite? That I don't know, but we know it is eternal.
Right.
We can see.
That's amazing.
That's the best what we've got.
Now, what caused the expansion? That's a good question. I don't know. Why
Yeah.
should I believe that a magical unicorn did it, though?
I'm about to say, at least we've got a little bit of evidence towards that than a mythical character that created everything.
Yeah.
It's better to have a measurement of something than it is just to believe in something.
Like, yeah, I just think it's mind-boggling. I think it's personally, I
Yeah.
think it's amazing.
It is
Like,
beautiful. It's
I think
amazing.
we're too dumb as humans to understand it, personally.
But like, think about the fact that, like I said, you start off with the seed, and all you add is water. You don't add bark on bark and leaves on leaves, and all it comes is.
This is
starts off as-
biologically explained, brother. That trees
I
are
know, I know,
biology.
but all I'm saying is it's amazing. Like,
It
it's
is
not-
amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. The closest thing to God we will ever have is the universe and existence itself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the closest thing to God we'll ever have. I study evolution, so I know I am. No.
Yeah, I get on my hands and
can
knees
guarantee
and
without
worship him all
water,
the
they're gonna
time.
be here.
Yeah. The thing is, we know how all this stuff got here. Like, there's some gap questions, quote unquote, but like there isn't a species we can't explain. Like,
Just think about it. Years ago, we didn't even know what the internet was. Now look, today's day. Now we've learned
Yeah.
stuff.
And I want to warn
Yeah.
you, Kepler, throwing away scientific theories just because it has the word theory is really stupid because germs, gravity, energy, viruses, you have these are all scientific theories.
Right.
So a
And the
scientific
theory is
law,
based on what we've tested.
yeah, and the theory is just the explanation based on evidence for the law
Yeah.
that we are seeing. So we have the law, which is a description of the universe. Nothing caused gravity to be the way that it is. Gravity, we know how it works through the theory of gravity. We know the law of gravity based on
We know
observation.
what it does. We can see the impact of what it does. whether they can explain it or not, but we do know what it does.
And nothing like put it in motion, right? So like a lot of the arguments that I get is, well, what started gravity? Well, why would you assume something started gravity? What is gravity? Well, gravity is just space-time curvature with mass and distance.
Yeah.
That's it. It's simple.
Right.
I always used to struggle with the time bit, you know. Like, it's time, space, time. Is it 3-4 dimensions, whatever they say? The time bit always got me because someone had to invent that time.
To further add into that,
humans live for so long, a dog lives for less. So whose time are we going off?
so the Abrahamic God specifically cannot be the true story, just due simply to time. So the idea in the Bible is that God created time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kepler.
Well, it says God's outside of that, right?
Yep, that's how is that even possible? Because with time we have cause, which is point A in time, and effect, point B in time. You can't have cause and effect, i.e. creation, if there is no way to get to A and B. That's not true.
Time's just a man-made construct, if you think about it, right?
No, time is change and the measurement thereof. And
Well,
if
I mean,
there
I
is
see
no
what you're
change,
saying.
then there is no change. If there's no change, God didn't change
I see
anything.
what you're saying, but respectfully, my argument would be like how we go back to the Big Bang in the very beginning, right? And we estimate that you said it was 13 billion years ago, correct? Something like that?
Yeah, 13.8.
And do you know how we know that? Because we know how fast light moves.
Right. Which I agree with. That does sound
sure.
logically true. However, who's to say that before the Big Bang ever happened, that it hasn't always been?
It has always been.
No one's ever said that, though, have they? They just
Well,
know what
that-
we know now. That's it.
But that's what I'm saying is if it's always been and God's always been and God's outside of that.
Well, pause.
if-
Pause. There is a claim that a magical unicorn has always been, and there is evidence that the universe has always been.
Right. I see what you're saying. But like I said, that's why that's why I'm a 50-50 person. You see what I'm saying?
That's the problem. We care about
know.
what is true. That's the problem here.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I agree with you guys
We
on a
need to
lot
be
of
able to
stuff.
see
dude.
it and repeat it to make it true.
This was a cool fucking conversation with you guys.
You've been super
dude, I
chill.
love it, man.
I
This-
really
this is
appreciate
so
you.
cool. I learned a lot, man, and I know we don't agree on everything because I'm
And that's
kinda not the
fine.
smartest,
I don't think there's any problem with your faith, especially
No.
for your reasonings behind why you do have it.
Yeah. Respectfully, though, man, I followed you. You guys are cool as
Where
shit.
do you live? What
I
country
live in
you from?
Missouri, man. I'm from California, but I live in Missouri.
Yeah.
We're right next to each other.
Yeah. You guys are cool as shit, though. You guys have a great day, man.
Yeah, you have a good one, brother. He was pretty chill.
I always used to say to my dad, I used to say to him, space must have an end. Put a brick wall there. And he goes, what's behind the brick wall? Another brick wall. For ages. He goes, there still has to be something behind it. When I was a kid, that used to boggle my brain. Do you know what I mean? Because I wanted an end to it, and I couldn't get the end. So it always has to be.
Yeah, there may not be an end. There may be an end. Energy isn't
There
conserved
may be an end,
globally.
but I was
It's
trying to
not
put an
conserved
obstacle in the
globally
way.
due to us not knowing if it is.
Yeah.
That's the point. We're not saying that energy is conserved or not conserved globally.
Can I just quickly ask a question? If I don't even know the answer to it. Is, do you know how we eat food to create energy? Yeah. Where does the energy go? Because your muscle's still
Disperses.
part of you. Where though?
Well, transfers, because muscle is going to generally turn into heat.
No, sorry, we put the food in the mouth, don't we? That gives us energy. Then it builds our muscles up. We walk it off. But when we walk it off and run it off, where does the energy go?
The ground.
What? So because you pushed off your foot?
No,
As
so
you run,
it always
say.
transfers. So like a photon, when you turn off a flashlight, where does the energy go? The walls. It just turns into heat and it goes into the walls. It gets sucked up and transfers into other types of energies. When you
So
are
is it
working
heat
out,
what we
it's
lose?
you have heat energy, and then when it cools down, it's going to transfer back into the ground or into the walls. Or
So every energy we get really always goes back to the
it's
beginning
always
again.
everything is recycled. Yes, everything
Yeah.
is recycled. That's why a lot of people believe in like rebirth, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, but I do believe that. I mean, the way it was put to me was, how do we lose weight at night, for example? I kept thinking, oh, it's because you sweat.
Mhm.
No, but they say you lose more weight at night and all that. I kept thinking, sweat, surely. And
We're
it
also
turns out, I think
digesting.
it was- sorry?
You're also digesting, though.
Yeah, but where's that go? Like, you know what I mean? How does it evaporate? It's like everything sweat makes stuff evaporate, doesn't it? So it gets back out of your body.
Well, some of the
again.
matter is turning into water. That water is going to come out of your sweat glands and into your pillow, so
Yeah.
your weight's going to lose from that. The digestion of food is going to break down all the particles to some degree of some sort of energy, and then that's going to go into the ground as well, because it's being used as energy in your body for heat, for all these other types of energies. And when you
Yeah.
use that energy, it's going to go into the ground. It's it all
It,
recycles.
it turns out more than that. I mean, it's actually your breath. It's what comes out of you.
Breathing out
Out of the
carbon.
mouth.
Oh, that's really interesting. I like that.
That's what I heard anyway. I can't remember who said that.
Yeah, I just saw that on YouTube.
Yeah. Turns out.
What's up,
your
Yeah, we
breath-
Crux?
Yeah, we got Crux in
Why
here.
you
I
wearing
know this guy.
eyeliner?
Crux, you over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah,
Which god do you believe in?
the Christian God. I was just gonna ask, like, why are you wearing eyeliner again?
Because it looks good. Why aren't you?
Who told you that?
Me.
You told yourself it looks good.
Yeah, I looked in the mirror and said, I like this, so I'm going to keep doing it. Why don't you wear eyeliner?
Because I think it's weird.
Okay, cool.
Wait, Crux, could you just justify that?
Why,
Why
it
is it
looks
weird?
Why do you think it's
Weird's just
weird?
going to be a mind-dependent expression. Would you
Yeah,
say
it's
that
just gonna be my subjective
emotivism
opinion.
carries the way that you are?
Just give me my subjective opinion. I'm just asking, like,
Okay,
let
so
me ask
if
you this,
wait, wait,
Crux.
wait. So if your subjective opinion follows emotivism, that means that your morality is going to follow emotivism as well. So that's going to be against subjective morality.
Okay,
So
cool.
it's going to be subjective, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, Crux, do you think it's weird
so that's a
because society has told you that it's gay?
And
And it's wrong for men to wear eyeliner, even though all of history has worn eyeliner and
I
makeup
agree
was
with
actually made
society, yeah.
for men?
One more time. I
You
agree with
got to
society.
gay and everything that quick.
It's like, first and foremost, yes, I am. Half. Second of all, throughout all of history, men have worn eyeliner. Do you think
I'm
that...
just saying, gang, like, you can do what you want. I'm just saying, like, just gonna ask the question.
Do you think all the greatest leaders in all of history, men and women, are gay? Or weird?
Doesn't matter if you're gay or not.
I mean, shit, I guess.
All right, that's wild. What makes being gay wrong, by the way?
Did I make that claim?
No, but you said it's weird. I asked you a clarifying question of, do you
said
mean by
wearing
weird
eyeliner
gay?
is weird.
You agreed on that
Opposite nature all the
clarification.
time.
I said wearing eyeliner is weird. I didn't say like it being gay is weird.
No, I asked you, do you think it's weird because society said it's a gay thing for a man to wear it? And you agreed.
I said I agree with society.
Yeah, and
That's weird.
society states that
Not-
it's quote unquote weird for a
Yeah,
man to
not
wear
what you said
makeup
whatsoever,
because
actually.
it's gay.
You asked me, do you think it's weird because it's gay? I did not say that. I did
Yeah,
not say that.
and I was clarifying in that when you talked over me saying that you agree with society, you said you agree with society because I said in accordance with society, society says that men wearing makeup is gay. And then you said you agree with society, which is an implication that you agree with it being gay.
Mm-hmm.
So you believe it's gay, which is why you don't like it.
I didn't make that claim. I can. Like
I'm asking you a
something.
question. Do you believe it's gay and that's why you don't like it?
No.
Okay, cool. Why don't you like it? You just think it's weird?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Everyone has their own opinions. My opinion is it's
I
fun.
already-
I can't lie. I
said
thought
it
you were
was
better
my
than this,
subjective
bro. Is
opinion at the
this
beginning,
why
not
you got
an
dropped from
entire round.
KG? Well, you
Where's
used to be
this
good, man.
conversation come from? Where did you get that
Wait,
from?
who's talking to me? Talking about KG?
Yeah, bro. It used to be Crux KG, bro. Did you get dropped? Because you used to
I
be
did
good,
not
man.
get dropped. Me and the boys, we left. Me, Wavy, and Polar, we all left.
Wavy as well.
Yeah.
So did you only come up to make fun of the eyeliner?
No, I wasn't making fun of you. I just asked.
And then said it was
I'm pretty
weird.
sure Wavy is in the KG server.
So is
bro.
your own point, your whole purpose of coming up here was to request and say, hey, your eyeliner looks kind of weird?
Did
Oh,
I
that's
say
what
your
it was.
eyeliner looks weird, or did I ask why are you wearing
But even
eyeliner?
they had eyeliner on.
Anyways, yeah, Wavy left.
You're paying too much attention to everybody else's stuff.
Because
It's none of your
Wavy is in the new
business.
KG server because they deleted the old
Yeah,
one.
you can be
Not
in
sure.
the server. Doesn't mean you have to be in the group.
I don't know, bro. He's repping the debates though. He's
He
in
has
that now.
.kg in his name.
I mean, what's so wrong with him wearing?
he's repping
Are you
that,
wearing
man.
eyeliner? I can't
Yeah,
see.
why-
This.
why-
What's
Am
so
I?
wrong with
Yes.
that anyway? I just
Why
don't
are there
get
so
why
many
everyone has a
people
problem
talking,
with
so-
what people do.
Yeah, in
Who is-
Discord, his
who is-
server name is Wavy.
Yeah, I'm not here to talk about KG. They can suck my dick. I would love to chat about
They
God or
know what that
Supernatural,
is.
though.
They didn't care
KG.
beat you up though.
Sure, whatever you want to say, bud. Would you like to provide some sort of an argument, or would you just like to keep trolling like a pathetic bitch?
Is he trying to say you're gay or something? Is that what he's getting at?
That's what it seemed like. But he kept on
So
doing
what?
the
No,
Phil
you
bro.
don't have to tell everyone your sexual preference, do you?
That's his argument.
From what I've
That's your
seen like
business,
a
what
while
your
ago,
sexual
KG
preference is.
KG's a Christian.
A Roman
Oh yeah,
Catholic
because God don't allow
Yeah,
it.
KG's pathetic.
Is that what it is? God don't allow it, does he? You're not allowed to be
Knowledge
gay.
gap is
They
just
do.
like an incel formal debate.
I feel sorry for people that just really think that something shouldn't be right. It's up to me what I do. It's up to you what you do. I don't
Oh,
see
he
why
ran.
it's their problem. It's not them that live that life. I don't get that.
Based.
He left. That was sad. So he just came up to say it was weird for a man to wear eyeliner and then dipped.
Yeah, he just wanted to be a knob to you, I
Yep.
think. It's weird for you. It's weird that he just come up to say that. That's weird. Do you know what I mean? It's weird that he wanted to say something that bad that he had to come on here purposely to say it. He couldn't have just skipped past it.
Yep. That's KG for
Horrible
you.
people, mate. I don't know what KG
Not in
means.
KG anymore though. He
K-
did get
KG,
dropped.
all people in KG are all about just having fights and winning. That's all they care about.
He did get
Oh,
dropped by
right.
KG though. I think
I don't
that's
give a
kinda
shit.
like-
His personality is that of a KG or Philbro douche. So he's a Philbro douche.
True. But
I can't
he
believe
kind of
people
low
come on
tier,
here
bro.
to
He
say
didn't
it off,
actually have
that's
an
it.
argument. He just came
I
up
mean,
here to
everyone's low tier. It's fucking debate. Who wins in debate? Nobody. It's all based on
No,
whoever
but it should
watches
be a
you.
debate. That's the point of the debate.
I mean, people do win in debates, right?
If you have
this
like a
isn't
formally set up with a team of people that are scoring you, sure, but no.
Yeah.
Debates don't do that. Like you fucking listen
Debates
to Hitchens versus
generally try
etc.
and learn
and
something.
they're just going to be stating their sides, their arguments,
Yeah.
their disagreements, and the people
Yeah.
that watch them are going to agree. Some people that watch the
Yeah.
other person might change their mind magically.
Yeah.
Majority of them aren't. It's
But
just
the other
whoever
thing
watches you
shouldn't
thinks
do
that you
is
won.
in a debate is use bad language and criticize a person. So stop personally attacking people. It's meant to be a discussion.
Well, that's Phil Bros on TikTok for you.
Well, debates are just more like it depends. There's formal debates and then there's informal debates. I prefer informal.
Informal has absolutely no winners. Formal typically still doesn't have winners. There's no
Well,
dude with a sign. 10 points for Gryffindor.
I would actually disagree. I think a win would just be proving that your worldview or your
You don't.
take is superior comparative to the other one.
I mean, you
Or,
have
like,
your opening
providing
argument.
contradiction.
You have your discussion.
Like defeating the other worldview would be the win.
There, it doesn't happen.
But that's not what the idea.
Wait. Would you not say that like a god hypothesis could be disproven via contradiction?
They're not going to grant it, is what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
there's no
okay.
like moderator saying,
Well,
okay,
they can concede.
you win.
If they concede, then you do win.
Tell me how many debates you have watched in the last few years where the opposite opponent versus whoever the fuck it was said, I concede, you win.
About 3 out
Not
of,
on
like,
TikTok.
30.
Not on TikTok, a formal debate.
Yeah, not on TikTok. Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
I've never seen anyone ever in the history of debate say, I concede, you win, God isn't real, ever in my life.
The idea
Well,
is to
they
learn
they
people's
didn't
different
say God
views.
isn't real.
I mean,
They
I
say-
did it. That's why I'm an
They
atheist.
said
but
they said like I concede. I mean, I guess like I see why you say this. I mean, I'll think about it. But they don't say like, oh yeah, God isn't.
and then they go home, they read some more apologetics, and then they go back to what they were thinking. Makes the whole thing null and void. It's pathetic. I think it's fun because depending on how you debate, some people will change their mind, and that's cool. But
yeah,
the person you're
Some
actually
people like
having
me
as
have had
opposition
bad-
aren't gonna.
bad school. Some people like me didn't have a very good education, for example. It's nice to hear a debate because you learn loads of stuff.
Yep, that's
like,
true too.
They've sort of taught you off the stuff you used to learn at school, for me, say. And you learn stuff. You actually learn stuff. You see different views of everything. I think debates are very good. Long as they don't start being idiots and personally attacking each other and stuff. That's when that person's losing, I think, they do that. Do you know when they go, you're an idiot? In my opinion, that's when you're losing. The minute you say that, it's because you've got nothing else to say. You're losing.
I mean, I
they
find it
start by
funny because it's
slagging
true
off.
for me.
Sorry?
I said I find it funny because it's true for me. They're like, oh, you're just a fucking gay wad. It's like, yeah.
The thing is only personally attacking you then because he's losing.
Yeah,
Or
they don't
whoever
attack
says
the
it is
argument.
losing.
Which doesn't seem we have any opposition left. So if anyone is some sort of a believer in the supernatural, request up. That's what we were wanting to talk about today. We got some good conversation
Oh,
with
yeah.
Kepler and someone prior.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about supernatural, we can. If you want to talk about God, we can.
Has anyone seen the
I
ghost?
would
then?
actually say being gay is maximally great because reproduction stops suffering. Well, the lack of reproduction stops suffering. Sorry.
That's valid.
You don't
That's
need to
valid.
know my sexual preference. No one does. What my sexual preference is up to me. I don't need to tell anybody that. But other people want to know for some reason. It's none of their business what I do in the bedroom. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I don't
look,
walk
look,
around and
look.
go, hey,
See,
I'm Jim, I'm gay.
see, I'm straight. Okay, okay. With my girlfriend, you know, we
Yeah, but you didn't have to tell me that,
we
then.
like doing well, stuff. Depends. Okay, if you're gay, it's the same thing. It's just like you like a little candle on it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you can take the
I
pain
don't
or
like my
whatever,
cake with a
fair
candle.
enough.
Some people like their cake with a candle. I think having a cake with a candle is more sick, but it's up to you. It's personal
If you
preference.
fancy men, you fancy men. That's it. Fancy women, you fancy women. And vice,
Exactly.
you know, vice versa.
Or you
That's
can fancy
nothing
both.
to do with
Shit, that's
anything,
kind of
though.
greedy, though. I mean, imagine having both at once.
I'm greedy.
I would rather have both. I wish I did fancy men as well as women. That way you got more choices.
I mean, look, this is a safe space to come out. If you want to fancy men,
I don't need to come out. I know I fancy women. But like I've just said, I wish I did fancy men because I'd have had double the amount of choices.
double the
I mean,
amount
I've
of
got
choice.
mates who are bisexual and they've got,
I mean,
sometimes
I
go after
think-
men,
oh,
sometimes go
yeah,
after
yeah.
women.
I actually think it is harder. Or well, I'm not gay, so I wouldn't know. But I feel
You
like
don't-
it's
you
harder
say
to
you're
get
not
into
gay,
a
we don't care.
relationship with another man because there's less gay people than straight people.
I mean,
Oh, I think. Sorry.
you just don't like. So it's like, I mean, if you're a straight person walking through the mall, you're gonna notice all the women. You're not gonna notice the men trying to make eye contact with you. So they're everywhere. You just don't notice it because you're not looking
No,
at them.
I make very vigorous eye contact with the cashiers. Yeah, which is
I used to knock around with the lad, right? And just recently, I've been knocking around for ages. Just recently, he's come out as gay. I never
You're
knew
what?
for all that time. I never knew.
You're what? Your friend.
Yeah, he's my friend. Yeah, I didn't even know he's gay. At the time. I said you should have
there's
said
your
something earlier.
opportunity. There's your opportunity, right?
Yeah, what's his number?
You still think I felt like men? I was more upset he didn't tell us earlier because he was scared to not say something.
Sure.
That bugged me the most out of everything. I says, I'll back you up no matter what someone says. I'll fill him in for you. Do you know what I mean?
I'll
Say
fill him in.
before, you can't be who you
That
want to
sounds
be.
very romantic.
Yeah, I'll
I hope
fill
the
him in.
best for both of you.
Mate, it is what it is. I always stick up for people that don't stick up for themselves. Always, I've all my life. And it bugs me that fact he didn't dare come out because he thought he was going to get punished for it.
You're the real life incarnate of Batman. Oh my god, I have like my neighbors literally screaming so loud for the World Cup. It's actually insane.
Well, I think that it is time for me to end the stream. We're at 3 hours, so
So
we're
are
going
you
ahead and wrap up
trying out
shop.
the closet, SXV?
Sorry?
Just 1 minute. Are you trying to get out of the closet as well then?
Oh no.
Well,
I've
you're
come
so
in and
worried
out the
about me.
closet
I've just
multiple
wondered whether
times
you're
when I'm
that way.
looking at my clothes.
anyways,
I'm just doing a bit back to you. But
appreciate everyone being here, and
Yeah.
and I will go see you guys in the next stream. All right,
So, mate, yeah,
bro.
good talk.
adios. YouTube, appreciate you guys. It was a good time. Glad I got in here today. I should be able to stream tomorrow as well. I don't think that I'll be working tomorrow since it's the 4th, so probably do a fun little stream, have some beers. We can chat about some shit. We might even do a members only stream, probably even something, hang out, no trolls, no nothing like that, just hang out, maybe watch some videos and do some reactions or something. I don't know, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios, guys.